right, and here we are now for the last session of our Star Wars Edge of the Empire game. And it's been a little bit of a layoff, but we're just finished our recap of what had transpired before, and we're ready to bring the return of Andro to the Cronies Mandate to a close. And so where we left it last time, as we have been talking about, was that you had successfully bested Prince Daaro and his rogue elements who were attempting to destroy the conference that you were holding, that was announcing Andro's return. That is done with, and now the nobles are again very much on Andro's side, and you have video of what has transpired that is available to other nobility, and it's been made known to King Robert, and the word comes back basically while you're still in the midst of the cleanup that he has promised safety and safe passage for Andro and has agreed to a proper burial for the remains of Lantolin Kron. And so you are free to proceed to the capital of the Cronies Mandate and bring those remains with you, and there will be a proper burial for the long-lost Jedi ancestor of Andro. So, presumably, with that being done and with the cleanup being handled mostly by droids, you can proceed to Chandar, which is the capital planet of the Cronies Mandate, whenever you so choose. But I wanted to ask you first, are there things that you want to do in the aftermath of the big battle in the Summer Palace? Anything that you want to particularly see to, anyone you want to talk to, anything you want to do?
I am definitely going to ask Sorbo to take the customized handle off the pistol.
Indeed. So
Yeah.
you have captured the highly customized Nova pistol from Togan Raz, who was the sharpshooter and bodyguard of Prince Daaro, and it has a lot of good mods. But yeah, there's a custom grip that is specially made just for Togan Raz, which means other people can't use it very effectively unless that's replaced. So, Sorbo, you get a hold of this thing. It is top of the line. It is, it has been engineered within an inch of its life. It's an impressive weapon.
I might take a little bit longer than otherwise would be required, just because it's nice to learn from and admire pieces, works of art as you're playing with them. So yeah, there might be some studying and note taking, no, this is all very important to getting the handle off properly. Just give me another 20 minutes or so.
You really have to take it all the way apart?
Yes, it is a work of art in the medium of death. So it is quite nice. And because you're taking extra time, I will give you an extra blue die on that process.
Okay.
But it'll be a difficulty of 2 purple to make that modification.
All right.
With mechanics, of course, as your roll.
Mechanics, 2 purple, 2 blue. All right. Roll. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's just make sure that we capture that. There we go. Very good. And for some reason it's not displaying your roll, so let me just fix that real quick. Cut off the top of the very important thing that we're supposed to be doing here. Okay, there we go. Very good. Okay, there we are. So there's your roll. Excellent roll. So you're good to go. So at this point, you hand it back to Zag. Zag, you have a very fancy new pistol, the Nova 1 Viper.
Thank you.
So it is. I believe you have the stats for that pistol already. So you may use that normally with your ranged light skill.
Excellent.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do? I will tell you that the nobles are they're going to want to get back to their home planets and kind of figure out things with their courtiers and whatnot and their court.
You'd mentioned that last session there was fairly heavy rocket fire. How is the actual palace holding up?
There is a big hole in one wall of the palace.
Oh, yeah. We almost died.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They exploded us.
Hey, we saved people.
Is
And
there...
we did order of rank, too.
Are there facilities to
forgot about that.
start repairs here, or is that something we're going to need to bring people in from off-world?
The droids can shore up the areas that are affected, but yeah, an actual crew is going to need to come in with appropriate construction equipment to do the repairs.
Okay,
on this.
I want to just kind of double check with whatever the droid crew is that's working on this and make sure they have an idea of how not to make it worse.
Okay.
And that before we leave, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But that's something Sorbo would check in on is let's make sure this isn't just one more set of ruins, actually gets repaired properly.
Okay, yeah, so that's something you can do. I don't think we won't require a roll for that. It's just kind of general knowledge, and you just kind of stepping in and checking on like do these droids know what they're doing. In the process, though, I will say that you discover that just the damage to the Summer Palace as an event is one of the things that has kind of upset a number of people. There have been requests from different worlds within the mandate from the noble houses to say, hey, can we get some assessments of the damage? Because this is an ancient building. Like they're not pleased about the fact that this was damaged so callously by Prince Daaro.
I think if that's the case, more than working with the droids to see what they're doing, I think it's going to be sort of like record taking and record keeping of where is it now? Yeah. What's it like? Both so that anyone who's going to be planning on trying to like come in and fix this has an idea of what they're up against, but also so that can get communicated, because it also seems like that would be another point in favor of swaying. Yeah, I mean, I realize we've already been granted safe passage, but hey, look, they violated the sanctity of this place.
Right.
Clearly, they're not on the side of right. We are. Yeah. So I'll take detailed records, and then anyone who's inquiring about the state of the building from off planet will just get sent basically a copy of them.
Yeah, so yeah, you can take detailed records of the sort of the overall damage. I have a pretty good idea of what's it going to cost in credits to to replace this. What can't be replaced because it's
what materials need to be
stuff that is simply
acquired.
Historical. Yes, some of the stuff that is simply historical, like you can't replace it. It's something that they take very seriously because the Cronies mandate is all about their long history.
Yeah,
and their culture. So that is,
I'm not above rubbing their faces in that for our purposes.
Andro definitely gets. He seems filled with a certain amount of confidence. Sorbo, he checks on you to get an assessment of the damage, and he thoroughly agrees with like absolutely take the records. Make sure you have a copy of them on you in case we need to show them to somebody when we get to the capital. So he's pretty take charge at this point. He knows what he's doing. He's giving orders. He's taking calls on the comm link from various other nobility, including people who didn't even show up. So he's all over it. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we depart?
Well, yeah. Ancient building. Ancient Jedi used to be in charge. Doing a
might want to just.
I want to go do something Jedi-ish.
Yeah, wander around. See,
well, I don't think the Jedi were in
charge.
charge. I think one of the royal family became a Jedi.
Right.
So
I'm saying there might be something that Andrew needs to know about.
There's a picture.
I'm not saying take the thing.
I mean, you can. Let me see. Let me give you a quick roll here to make. I would say this doesn't necessarily require force powers. It might require perception with a difficulty of 2 purple.
Choose perception.
And add 2 purple for difficulty and give that a roll.
And roll dice.
Okay. So you aren't able to really find anything in particular that is Jedi related. You do, however, in the process of searching, find a number of there actually is a catacombs that has not been used in centuries here. And you find in there some interesting relief sculptures along there that give you an idea of the sum total history of the royal families and how they go about their burial practices. That they, you understand that they bury, they're very much about burying in caves or natural caves. That's a big thing for them. That dates back thousands of years. That they build these sort of elaborate crypts, but they're always within naturally occurring caves for some reason. That's a thing. That you find out that they are that they have, like, they're very much about burying individuals with things that are sort of the most important items from their life, and that's a thing, and that the people typically choose, this is what I want to be buried with. And that, that can vary from, in the ancient times, like stuff stuff that you would find for highly questionable, like, pets and servants, to just, in more modern times, key items that are important to them. Most of the people who are buried here in this crypt are kind of lesser nobility, so they're not as important or as interesting to you. But that just is kind of an interesting. It catches your attention because that's indeed what you're kind of headed to do when you leave. So you don't really find anything Jedi wise.
Well, relay all that info to Andrew, and
okay. I mean, he's familiar with most of that. It's more it's for the group who isn't necessarily familiar with these processes and rituals. So that's a thing. Did you want to do try Jedi, like Force Sense or anything like that, or not?
Yeah.
Okay. And for that, you can, now that you are upgraded, you can roll 2 white dice to activate that power.
Just 2 white dice.
2 white dice. Just you either activate it or you don't activate it.
Well, we sensed something seeking us, so we just kind of want to know.
Okay, so 2 light side and 2 dark side. So 2 light side is plenty to power it. You don't sense anything force related here there's no aura of anything particularly light or dark in this actual palace, but you do get that tingle again, that tingle of someone looking for you.
And that is dark.
It is dark.
Okay, someone looking for it is dark. Okay. Well, I don't know how I just sent up a flare, I bet.
We have been trying to reach you about your lightsabers extended warranty.
That's right, exactly.
Your Death Star's extended warranty.
Yes.
I just assume that if it's something that is dark side related and it's looking for you, just the mere act of all of the political things we've changed and all the large scale stuff we changed, this is enough of putting up a flare. You'll be noticed.
Yeah.
It is very possible. It's very possible.
All right.
Wow, a great wrong, thousands of years old, has been righted. Huh? There's probably no Jedi influence there. I can't imagine. We should check.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anything else? Anything else anybody wants to do? Last call before we move on.
Lena has appointed herself event coordinator.
Event coordinator, yes.
Like making sure that everybody is comfortable. They've got what they need for their ship. They're everyone has snacks. No one is leaving.
All right, so all the nobles leave with a snack bag.
Yep.
A swag bag. That's
a swag bag prepared by.
It's all snacks.
Yeah. I'm just picturing Lana in the little Animal Crossing T-shirt from the new DLC stuff.
Pretty much.
Every noble who leaves gets a T-shirt that says, "I survived the attempted coup, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt."
And a bag of snacks.
The crazy thing is that they had to print it up ahead of time.
Yeah.
You get a screen printed with a picture of Daaro looking really sour.
Yes, exactly. So you do that. I think that's worth a charm roll to kind of cement the relationship that you have with the nobility who attended this particular event. So
Difficulty?
I would say it's reasonably easy. It's 2 purple, but I'm going to assign 1 black because they're shaken up from what transpired.
Okay.
Okay, 4 successes and 1 threat.
If I get
So-
kidnapped for my snacks, I'm gonna
Yes.
be very upset. Like if someone tries to take her. Wait, no, I work here.
I would say that it is not. It's not that any of them react poorly. It's that you do from of all people the hut. As the hut representative leaves, you are passed a message from the hut through his protocol droid, and the protocol droid tells you, "My master wishes to convey his appreciation of all your diplomatic efforts, and also, in confidence, to let you know that your names and identities, information about you has been requested by certain elements in contact with his lordship's larger clan. He has not provided this information, but be aware that people are asking questions."
Thank you. And I hand him an extra packet of jerky. Like the protocol droid can do anything with
Yes, the protocol droid just like looks at the jerky like, okay,
that.
sure. So there's that.
But I have credit monitoring at this point because apparently my information's on the dark web.
Yes. It's all on the dark web.
Yeah, she'll probably go to Sorbo with that first. Like,
Okay.
all right, what's the most broken? Because I need to find Sorbo.
Okay.
Probably
Sorbo's
the hole in the wall.
Sorbo, you're talking to droids like, no, that one goes there, that one goes there.
Yeah. Story of my life.
The
So-
droid is actually saying the same thing.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, you relay the information, I presume.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, there's definitely people out there that aren't fans of us, but it sounds like there's somebody in particular that might not be fans of us. And you know it's bad when the hut tells you.
It's not the hut.
Well, no, he didn't tell anybody, but he
Oh.
said he was the one that was reached out to. They asked him for our information.
And you didn't sell it to them?
I'm adorable. Who would betray me?
You make a fair point.
Also,
Um,
like, I guess political connections and shit. But mostly that I'm adorable.
Fair. Well, did it seem particularly dire, or is this just one more name to add to the dance card?
I mean, initially I would think it was just another name, except why go out of the way to tell me? Like, especially if you didn't give them my information. You knew that this dude wasn't good if you didn't just take your $5 and like 5 credits and be like, yeah, she's right over here. Like, I don't know. Something seems sus about it.
Or they could be telling you so that you'll jump in a predictable direction.
So I need to act like Lana would act. Like, now I'm saying my own damn name wrong. Damn it, Zach. He always calls me Lana, and now I'm calling her Lana.
Oh, sorry.
Like Lena would act
Lena.
if Lena didn't know that someone was looking for her, but also maybe like she would act if she did know, so that, and you would just like see the like equations. What's that meme?
Yeah.
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 I think either way, I need to go get a snack.
I mean, yes.
Isn't that exactly what Lena would do?
Oh,
That's just what
Too
they do.
Get the snacks! And then she just
Two
runs out of the room.
yeah. Well, that went
Just what
well.
she was expecting. Yes.
Droid still beeping in my ear.
So if there's nothing else, I believe we will move on.
If
I will just disseminate the information to the rest of the group after ensuring that there was not actually anybody in the snacks.
Is it the hut
Nice.
that's I escaped from that's after us?
No. This is the hut that is one of the like.
No, this was the hut that was one of the attendees of the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the
Oh.
one we screwed over. That one definitely.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I misinterpreted his information. I thought he was saying the higher up in like the huts, not in the.
Mm,
Oh no, the information.
I
came
mixed
from
things
the
up in
hut.
my head. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the protocol droid works for the hut that is one of the cronies mandate nobility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm all
basically-
caught up.
No,
now.
but I understand what you're asking. You would say when he was referring to his larger clan,
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
saying, I heard him on the hut back channels that this other hut was out looking for you.
Now,
That's
it
what I
wasn't.
thought
It,
it
it
was.
wasn't another hut. It was just an
Yeah.
interested party.
Another party.
Yeah.
An interested
yeah,
party,
I
and they
get
go
it
to
now.
they go to the huts because the huts know things.
Yep.
The huts have a group text, probably,
Yes,
right? Like
yes.
a group chat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Group text.
Yeah.
It's
Anybody
a
have
family
information?
text.
Anybody
Yeah.
have
Some of
information?
them
Any
have the
information?
notifications turned off though because like and I don't know, come up with a hut hoodie's name. Just
Yeah.
keeps sending memes about like stuff she's seen on Starbuck, and
Yes,
it's, nobody
exactly,
believes
yes.
it. They're very frustrated.
So fake stuff. It's not good.
Yeah.
So you were going from
Darth Vader has returned.
you were
as
going
this
from
one.
Durelium to Chandar. So it's a little hop, skip, and a jump along the hyperspace lanes. It's really only a less than a day of travel. So it's a pretty quick trip. We're going to be taking the Lost Legacy. It's Andrew wants to obviously we want to take the remains and everything else. We want to have everybody there. And again, you are told that you will have safe passage. You have landing clearance. You can, you'll have a guaranteed berth. They give you all the information that you will need. The nobles that are in attendance before they leave have given assurances that they will be in frequent contact with both Andro and with King Robert to make sure that everything is proceeding as has been agreed. And then they will be in attendance hopefully in a few days for the funeral, for the long overdue funeral for Lancelot Kron. So you fly to Chandar. Chandar, upon first glance and later glances as well, is a fairly polluted semi-industrial planet. It used to be pleasant centuries ago. It's been inhabited by the cronies for many thousands of years, so it's well developed. There are a lot of sort of cities built upon previous cities and ruins in the countryside, etc. But yeah, a lot of industrial pollutants in the atmosphere, so not a great place, not the worst place. Heavily populated. There are a couple of orbital defense platforms that monitor you and ask for your clearance and your transponder codes when you come in, but there is no fighter escort, nothing called up to sort of alert you or concern you in particular. You see that they have fighters in the defense platforms, but they don't launch them.
Hey, Bobkin.
Yeah. Go. It all just kind of
you-
seems like they're handling you with kid gloves a little bit. Go
Good.
ahead.
I was gonna say, hey, Bobkin, can you sense on the planet real quick before we land?
Is that too big to search, Pete?
Depends on to search the planet per se. Well,
Just like a ping. I'm just looking for like an
Just a
echo
little-
back.
One
effectively,
ping.
yeah.
one ping only. Not the planet, but as you pull into the city, into the atmosphere, you probably could the capital city. You probably could use force sense there.
Okay.
So why don't you try that? That's again the same thing. Roll 2 dice, 2 white dice. See what you get.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're starting to shake the dark side. Excellent.
All right. So you don't sense anything in particular here. You don't sense
Better
anything in
safe than
particular
sorry.
as you pull in.
Yeah, well, I agree. That's a good skill to have.
All right. So in you come to the capital city, and one of the things that is prominent on the cityscape and on the skyline is the Royal Palace, which is an impressive edifice. Andra will tell you that it once upon a time was actually the spires were golden. They were designed to look like golden blades. The soot and various pollutants have sort of denuded that, so you can barely see the gold underneath. But it was at one point a brilliant shining structure that would shine in the be illuminated in the sunset light. Not so much anymore, but it's still impressive. Having said that, so the particular landing pads there was a private spaceport for the royal family and the nobility that is basically directly opposite the spires of the palace. This is the palace proper, of course, not the summer palace, and that is where you are asked to come in for a landing. There is a general rule. There is some restricted airspace here, and that you can't fly any kind of armed transatmospheric craft near the palace. So you have to take speeders or a train to get to the actual palace itself. But that otherwise, you are again unmolested. You are met by a couple of government functionaries who welcome Andro and the rest of you to the port and to Chandar. They assure you they are here to, if you have any particular needs, and they understand that there are some delicate and sensitive remains that have to be transported. If there's absolutely anything you need, you can call upon them, and they give you comlink information so that you can get in touch with them later if you need it. But the one request that has been made is that you are, of course, King Robert has asked that you meet with him and discuss the particulars of this finding and these remains and the details of the ceremonies. And by the way, this request is extended not only to you, Your Highness, referring to Andro, but to your experts.
Witnesses?
There's a very nervous smile from the functionary. Like very much like, I just work here, man. So, but please don't feel rushed at all. Just when you are ready, we can call up speeders to prepare to take you to the palace.
I'm good to go.
Okay. Do you want to take anything with you from the ship? Do you want to take the remains? Do you want to keep the remains on the ship? The orrery, do you want to keep that locked up on the ship? What do you want that with you? What do you want to do?
I mean, at this point, the remains are Andros to keep safe. So
Yeah. I would guess that Andro probably would prefer to bring the remains to with you, because they'll have facilities in in the palace. They could, you have detailed information on what the remains are like. If there's any kind of security that you all feel that you should take to make sure that they're not tampered with, he's fine with that. But that's up to you.
Well, I don't think we should leave stuff higher on the ship with the orrery or the remains to be stolen. We went through all this. Let's take it to the king.
Okay. Any other opinions on that? Do you want to take it with you? Do you want to keep it secure?
No, I
No,
kind of agree. We should just take it with us.
Okay.
we
That's
have to
reasonable.
return this Ori at some point to Doc Ongar, don't we?
No.
Wasn't that the deal?
Nope.
Okay.
no, we brought him other stuff.
Yeah, you
Oh,
brought
okay.
him. You brought him star chart information. That's what he wanted.
Ah, right.
It's what he's
Let's
using.
take it.
It's what he's using right now.
Let's take it in a secure transport. We're not just gonna
Okay.
put it in a backpack.
All right. So you request a secure speeder. It's basically what is brought up is a fairly nice, maybe a little old, but it's fairly nice executive speeder. Well, it's basically like it's sort of the tripped out, Lincoln Continental version of like of the Star Wars universe. So it's well appointed. It's a bit, not quite a stretch limo, but it's quite nice. It's got genuine grille wood finishings on the inside. It's got a little mini bar. And it's got a secure armored compartment in the back to store
There you go.
a lot of luggage, or in this case, a mummified body from 1,000 years ago.
Not a lot of luggage.
Not a lot of luggage. Yeah, the functionary is actually surprised. Like, I was expecting something bigger. Well, it's a small mummy.
Yeah, they can gussy it all up after they've done all the
Yes.
inspection they want to do.
And indeed, that's kind of what Andrew has in mind. They're going to want to prepare the body, and that's going to be a delicate procedure. So we might as
Sure.
well bring it to get to it. But yes,
Sure.
the orrery as well. We can just say that is kept inside a case, so you're not just carrying around the orrery itself. The very same secure case that Lodicom originally brought the orrery to you in.
Zag is keeping tabs on that, though.
Okay, so we will make a note that you are keeping an eye on it whenever you want to keep it in your sight whenever possible.
Yeah, the Ori. If Andrew's okay with it, Zag would ask if he can just
By
be
all
the
means,
bearer.
by all means, I trust you. So you board your executive speeder, and the functionary it turns it over to a driver who drives you to, who's a member of the cronies guard, who drives you to the palace. So you take you have a speedy, dedicated lane, the nobility only lane, that you're able to zoom down and make quick work and get to the palace. Again, as you approach, there's a lot of sort of signs that this was once a very it still is, but it was once a grander structure than it is now. There's been some patching of the walls and entrances over the years, like obviously with slightly less sophisticated craftsmanship. But when you actually leave the speeder and enter the main chamber, you find that it is quite majestic on the inside. It is all that faded gold that you could not see outside. You can see inside, and it is quite brilliant. And when you go inside, you see someone is dressed rather unusually for this space and is kind of pacing about a little bit. Appears to brighten up at your presence. You don't recognize this person, though.
Nope.
He kind of walks up and waves. Hello. I believe you are Prince Andro, and you are the experts on Jedi remains.
I'm just kind of looking to Andra for does he recognize?
I would think it's safer to say that we are enthusiastic amateurs.
Is
I
that
don't know anything about remains.
Xarxes? Is that what you say? You're enthusiastic amateurs?
No.
Lena does say I don't know anything about remains.
Andrew does acknowledge that, yes, I am Prince Andro.
Wait a second. Don't tell people that I know things about dead bodies.
That's all right. I'm one of the experts.
Zach, you're making it worse.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lord Santeca. I have been called in recently. Well, I've been here a while trying to get access to the world of Ossus, but in the process, I've become known to the king and his court, and he has requested that I verify your findings. I hope that you don't take offense at this.
Is it all right, Andrew, if he inspects the body?
Are we supposed to be offended?
How does one verify? That's old.
You hire an expert, he says,
Yeah.
nodding towards the gentleman in front of us.
Well,
Yeah, he's the second opinion.
I would like to examine the remains, of course, but also I would like to speak to you. Indicate Zag, you, and if you are the expert, just to see the circumstances by which you came to these remains and what you know of the past and how you verified this his final resting place.
Before we do this, I am actually speaking up now. Can you provide some proof of your qualifications?
Yeah, who are you?
Well, it would be easier to show you than to. He kind of indicates if you could step to the side past the pillars, kind of semi out of sight.
Zag will follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna play bodyguard to Zag, but yeah, I'm definitely watching this dude.
Okay. He when he's looking around, he sees that no one is in sight. He takes out from his pouch or his pocket what appears to be what you recognize as the corner of a fractured, what was once perhaps a holocron. And he kind of closes his eyes and he kind of just, he shakes for a second. It's obviously a significant effort for him, but when he kind of then he stops trying so hard, it looks like, and he just calms down, and a little image appears, an image of a Jedi. And you recognize.
Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen.
So that's the message that appears. And Bob, can you recognize that message? And he says, that was not easy. But as I believe you, have been following the legends of what remains of the Jedi for some time.
We've been interested in gathering information.
It is sort of it's my life's work. And I have found the remains of some Jedi who met their end more recently. But in the process, I have also run across numerous ruins. I have attempted to preserve information where I can. I can tell you my professional qualifications at university, but I felt that would tell you what you really need to know.
That tells me a lot more. Zag will turn around and kind of say, I think he's good. Like, I think we can trust them.
Well,
right.
it would be hard for him to do what he just did if he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but being force sensitive has nothing to do with his motivations. You know, presumably he was brought in by the palace.
You can't open a Jedi holocron or tap into it from the dark side.
Oh. Would Zag know that?
Wait, how does the dark side communicate to each other then?
The dark
Different
side is
thing.
everywhere in everything, just as the light side is.
Except for holocrons. They're not in holocrons.
Not hologram. He promises. He pinky swears.
Yeah.
Wait, is there like an insight or something? I forget the skill.
Yeah.
Lore might be the thing that you want here, and Bobkin can roll that as well.
And what's the difficulty?
I would say 2 purple. And I'll give you a blue die on that because you've just recently been looking at these sort of legends because you have a holocron yourselves.
Oh, hey, 2 successes, 2 advantages.
So 2 purple added to the 3 green.
Yes.
Yes.
And a blue. Adam.
And a blue. But that's okay. You got 3
And a
successes
blue?
anyway. You got 3
Yeah.
successes
Yeah.
anyway. You're good. You're absolutely good. Well, you can confirm that, again, the holocrons are encoded specific. They were, in fact, created to some extent so that they would be a somewhat secure form of communication for the Jedi.
Yeah. Okay, so
if you don't know the particular ways of the Force of the Jedi Order, you cannot access them.
Okay, well, let him verify what we found.
You get the impression, Bobkin, that this guy is not particularly strong in the Force. He's got maybe a smattering of sensitivity. that's about it.
So if I tried to access the holocron, it'd be better, or Zag did.
Oh, for sure. You could get. All he could pull up was a fragment of the message, and then it kind of dissipated. You could get the whole thing if you wanted. But because it's only a fragment, that's the only thing it contains.
Fair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Come on, freak the guy out and give the whole message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can get, but you said he just has the fragment.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, you can, but you can hold the
only
front.
do it.
He can only get it because
Powerful.
he's not that powerful. He's not very force sensitive. He's very.
Oh, okay.
it says
Well,
very,
then,
very-
yeah, may I see that?
You
Show
may.
'em up.
You
So
may.
is that the 2 white?
2 white. Just roll 2 white dice. There you go. 3 light side. Boy, that'll show him up. And then some.
This person is here this person is here doing basically the same job we are,
Yes.
or trying to do the same job we are. Show him up is perhaps not the vibe I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like us to go for.
Oh,
To be fair,
But-
that was the DM that said it. It
That
Oh
was
no,
me.
I know. Oh, I know. I'm just.
I've been picking up on your scoundrelish ways, you lot.
Oh, I see.
If you thought Zag was annoying when he figured out you were force sensitive, welcome to now having this guy.
So you get the full message. Those of you who know have heard this
This is Master
before.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the Temple. That time has passed, and our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you. Always.
Obi-Wan Kenobi coming to Disney Plus in 2022.
Yeah.
Just so you know, in case you're living in a cave. So that is that's the message that you pull out of the fragment of the holocron. I think we can say that you don't need to make a lore roll for this because you've already done it. But presumably, are you comfortable enough with Lore Santeca to tell him the story of how you found the remains?
Yep, I am.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, as long as oh goodness, the I forget his name. Oh, the NPC.
Andrew.
The
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
I knew it was an A. As long as Andrew's okay with it.
He is.
I
he's
gotta
okay
say,
with it.
I gotta say, I am. I really have been having problems not saying Prince Andrew.
Please don't, because that would be bad.
Yeah. I am not. I am not. I'm just saying. Want you to
Very
acknowledge
different
I've been
vibe.
having problems.
Very.
Very
Yeah.
different.
Not necessarily light side.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. So yes, the Prince Andrew. I did not know that would be a comparison when I first started this.
No, nobody could have predicted.
Yes. So yes, but he's okay with it. If you trust him, he trusts him, and indeed, he is well convinced by your evidence and by your process. I mean, you don't have to share everything with him, but you can share sort of the step through it, how you
Yeah,
found
the gist.
the
gist.
data, you found the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bullet point.
And in fact, he will say, "I would not share the location of this planet with King Robert or anyone else, really, if I were you."
I think we lost its coordination somewhere. I don't think we could get back there, so yeah. Yeah.
Still in all.
Sorbo just chuckles in the background.
Keep the information close to you. Well, I will be happy to go with you to the throne room and report that I can verify your findings.
Cool.
All right. And so to the palace you go. Let's see here. And so you enter the palace hall, the throne room, and I believe that he's actually on a. Oh wait, no, that's not correct. He should be on a call right now. You find dressed all in white and he's you are announced as you enter that you come before His Majesty King Robert the 23rd, ruler of the Cronies Mandate and outlying principalities. There are some guardsmen at the side. They regard you, but they, obviously don't react. They understand. They know the drill at this point. He nods to Andro. They exchange pleasantries. And he asks Lord Santeca, "So, can you verify?" Lord Santeca nods, walks through it a little bit with him. "I have utmost confidence that what they have presented is true, and that these are indeed the remains of your ancestor, and that ancestor was almost assuredly a member of the Jedi Order." Very well. Thank you, Lord Santeca. Lord Santeca, before he leaves, indicates to Zag and Bobkin, "I would be most happy to speak with you again at some point in your leisure."
Yeah.
Told you.
You've made a friend.
Oh, I was planning on asking him for his contact information once he was leaving, or we were.
Oh, what are you talking about? He's your new apprentice.
Yeah.
Bobkin.
You have to train him now.
Bobkin was the one that showed him up. I was just there.
Mhm.
Now, why was Andrew exiled?
Uh,
This is me, not the character.
yes. Okay. So little. Go ahead, players, please.
I was gonna say he fled. He wasn't exiled.
Okay, he fled.
He
Yeah,
was in exile, but it was of his own doing because no, they were gonna come because he ran away. He and
Yeah.
Lidic ran away
the-
when they were coming to the Summer Palace. He was in trouble for something.
Yeah, well, there was a couple.
Well,
There's some background. The background is that he politically expressed some opinions that did not gel with the more conservative members of the family.
Okay.
And that this was at the tail end of the Clone Wars, and he basically, the Robert was basically saying, the Jedi are not to be trusted. They're going to come back in here. They're going to lord it over us. They're not, they're a secretive order. Who knows what they're up to. And Andro basically said, "This is ridiculous. We should have never joined the CIS. We were in the wrong." And so that was a difference of opinion between the two brothers. But the thing that was what tore it was the fact that he fell in love and wanted to marry a non-noble.
Yeah.
In Lodicom. And so
Fair.
that kind
Not just the non-noble, the friggin' mechanic.
the friggin' mechanic of the Summer Palace.
Hey.
Yeah. A
Nothing wrong with
mechanic.
mechanics.
Yep.
Oh,
Someday, Summer, your friend's
what lower scum and
Yes.
villain?
Look at those
This is
dirty
either-
fingernails.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is either a great
Sorry.
romance novel or a Hallmark movie.
It is. Well, it's a little bit of both.
Oh, little column A, little column B.
I go back. So yes, so that was the deciding factor. And so but after he left, because he did not obey the will of the nobility, there were some various trumped up charges and accusations that were placed on him. Nothing that was particularly, not like a capital crime or anything, but just that he had abandoned the
He was
mandate.
definitely in
That
disgrace.
he was definitely to be disgraced, and he was, there were open questions as to his loyalties. So that was a thing. You notice that just kind of give me perception rolls. Two purple, yeah.
I saw it, and it's probably not great.
2 purple.
Yeah. Lena's got it
I'm
though.
surprised I failed that, but fair.
Okay.
The hell?
Lana took all my successes.
Lena.
My name's Lena.
Lena, sorry, Lena.
Lana.
How long have we been playing this game, Nick?
Lana!
That's really what's happening.
Yeah.
It's because it's been so long that I've deleted it, and for some reason I keep missing the I when I'm trying to read it
YouTube
quickly.
has the answer. I will go back and I will almost guarantee you have been calling her Lana from the beginning.
Lena, character from our game. Lana, Superman's girlfriend.
That's right, in Smallville.
Well,
Wow, look at
oh,
that.
that's probably why
Yeah.
I call her that.
Look at
Okay,
that.
that's
Look
Oh,
at that.
it's really, you got to show me up with the advantage.
All right.
I'm taking my triumph from going home.
I had to reload the whole website to get to that.
Yeah. All right. So there we go.
Everybody gets
I
one.
don't-
Zag is still distracted from the thought of a new Jedi to nerd out with.
Yeah,
right, yes.
yeah. Oh man, I gotta show him all the cool things I got.
So let's start with Zag.
You're like
Zag,
texting off in the corner.
Zag, you don't notice anything about what's going on in the room. But it does occur to you, because you got one advantage, I'll give it to you, that that in your conversation with Laura Santeca, sort of like when you're just kind of exchanging information, you can tell that this is a guy just from his clothing and the dirt on his shoes and everything. You can tell that like this dude is definitely not talking smack. Like this is a guy who has delved into ruins. He's been around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
He's like me.
He's like you. He's kind of a kindred spirit. So that's what you get. And then we'll go up.
The rest of us are like, we have to kill this guy.
Yeah. No, the rest
It's gonna be sad.
those,
Yeah, no.
he hasn't finished talking yet.
yeah. Those of you who have one success, you note that from the success you will note that the king looks haggard. He looks like he has not gotten a lot of sleep. He looks exhausted. It's covered up with makeup and back
Just
spray.
a regal bearing and
A general regal bearing and nice clothes.
Yeah.
But he's
Amphetamines.
he's stressed. He is stressed. Let's see. Those of you with triumphs. There's a little bit of a retcon from when you first walked into the room, but I'm gonna say that we're gonna give you two different triumphs because two of you rolled triumphs. Xerxes, I'm gonna say that your advantage is that you notice that the guards are, at first glance they seem a little tense, but they're not watching you. They're watching. Well, they look at you, but they're also kind of they're also kind of watching and listening to the king. And
Okay.
their bearing seems a little bit relaxed for not relaxed, unsettled. For the guardsmen who are in the throne room. Like these guys should be the spit and polish of the defense forces, and they're not showing him the kind of due respect that you would typically imagine they should.
Interesting. Okay.
Like they're kind of watching him like, what is up with you, dude? Like there's something about their bearing of just like he's kind of come down a notch in their eyes.
Oh, okay. So it's not like that they're acting like captors or something.
No,
It's just that
it's just
they are not acting like the elite of the royal guard. They are acting like rank and file soldiers.
I will say from your triumph, your take on it is it's like this guy's they're not he has come down a peg in their eyes. Like something about it. They're not as committed to their yes sir, no sir discipline as they have been in the past.
Got it. Okay.
And Lena, I will say that you get you have a threat and a triumph. I will say I'm gonna kind of munge those up together into one nice little ball. I'm going to say that when you first came in, he was just shutting down a holo when you first came in. And there was a picture in the holo of Prince Daaro, or a holo of Prince Daaro in some kind of holding cell, and a picture of Togan Raz in a holding cell, and then a photo of an image rather of a droid. that was
I'm not a droid that I recognize.
not a droid that you recognize. No,
What kind of droid?
looked like some kind of protocol droid.
Okay.
So you just caught that when you came in. He was just shutting it down. He just kind of wiped it away from his holo emitter. So that comes up when you come in. So the king and Andro walk away to the side and talk for a little bit. And they're kind of keeping things low, but you can try. They don't ask you to leave or anything, but they're just kind of over on the other side of the room. Are you guys trying to listen in, or are you going to just leave them to their discussions? What do you want to do?
That other dude left the room, right?
Yeah, Lawrence Ateka has left the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
am,
listen in if we can. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Zarces.
Oh, I was saying that I am just trying to remain on guard and
Okay.
and kind of luckily the guards are not on edge, so I'm not anticipating anything at the moment. But if anybody was going to make any sort of desperate play, this would be where they do it. So
Okay.
Yep.
so I'm just kind of remaining on high alert.
Okay. Fair enough. Lena, are you going to do anything, or
As
Zoro?
Andro's self-appointed courtier, I'm not listening in. I'm part of this now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just coming
Lena,
along.
the Seneschal Lena is of course
Yes.
accompanying. Yes.
Ding. So then you get the whole gist of the conversation.
I honestly, I mean, Andrew can stop her if you would like, dude, no. But she's just gonna walk in like she owns the place.
Honestly, he
I get
probably
nobility now.
yeah. He probably will ask you to kind of. I think my brother and I need to have a conversation.
Oh. So I shouldn't.
One of the
talk
three of
about
us
it.
talk.
I'll keep it quiet. I got it.
Ask a droid for snacks. I'm sure they'll give you some.
Bring the, oh, okay. Oh,
Mark.
wait. I'll get the droid to bring us some snacks. I'll be right back.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Mark of a good leader, knowing how to handle your seneschal and your underlings.
Yes. Very
You
good.
feel important
Here's
even
some
as
fucking
they
snacks.
go
No,
away.
Yes, as they go away. So. Bobkin, you did say you were going to listen in, where possible. Is that correct?
Yeah, where possible.
Yes. So you're gonna give me. Well, you can do it in one of two ways. You can either roll perception,
Mm-hmm.
or you can roll the force and
Yeah.
just listen in
Ooh.
that way.
Let's do that.
Okay. 2 dice, please. 2 white dice. Okay. All right. You get 2 light, so that's good enough.
He's like, forgive me, I'm just gonna turn my hearing up.
Okay. I'm gonna flip a die for no particular reason.
Uh-huh.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
No reason at all.
So, you listen into the conversation, and you kind of pick up their surface thoughts as they are going. The overall impression you get from King Robert is that he is hiding it, but he is highly, highly stressed. He is terrified about what Andro has unleashed, and he thinks that Andro does not know what he's doing. He thinks that you have, and he essentially tells him so. He says, "You are not a noble anymore. You're a junk man, and you have no idea what I have had to deal with over the past 10 years since you've been gone."
Because Andrew's the older brother, right?
Andro is the older brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Andro.
So he did sort of dump all his responsibilities on his younger brother, and now has come back and been like, "I don't mind."
And Andro's reply to it is his side of it is basically, I have heard what you have done. You have utterly, completely mismanaged the mandate. You have driven people into poverty. The Chandar is more polluted than it has ever been. And all the while just licking the boots of the Empire.
That's not a good thing to say.
No, it's not. They're having it out. They're not happy with each other. So yes.
Bobkin's just making faces to the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So this back and forth goes on for a while. I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself, but you get the idea that of what they're driving at here. That basically, Robert he thinks that you have no idea what I have to do to keep things in line. You have put us all in a dangerous position. Of course, then eventually it comes around to Prince Daaro, and with that, Robert was like, he kind of just breaks at that one and says, I'm not going to make any excuses for my son. What he did was wrong. It was unforgivable. And he has been incarcerated. And his route to the throne is now closed for all time. But we're not talking about his actions. You won. You beat him. That's understood. We're talking about the consequences of what you have done. What we should be doing is getting this mummy into the ground as quickly as possible.
Ooh.
And never speak of it again. Lena, that's right about the time you come back with snacks, and Andrew does not respond well to this.
You made a critical mistake.
Yes.
You let Lena, who now thinks she owns the place,
Yes.
go run wild to go find snacks.
Yes.
So if there was anything between her and snacks that she could get into, she did.
Yes. Okay.
So I was walking into rooms like I'm allowed to be there.
Sure.
Like, what are these people doing? And half the time she's actually kind of unnoticeable because literally shin height.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So maybe you're not back in the room. Fair enough. I stand corrected.
No, you gave her a task that now she's like, oh, excuse me.
I can go do a thing. I can go do a thing.
Until I complete this task, I have carte blanche.
I'm looking for snacks.
Okay,
I was looking for a particular protocol droid. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give you a perception check to?
You can do it's. Yeah, I think if you're just walking around, you can probably do a perception would work. Yeah, I would say it's probably like 3 purple and a black because you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know where in the palace.
Wandering around and found nothing but
nothing.
people that work here.
Found nothing but droids that are like, do you need anything? Do you need anything? Do you need anything? So that's what you do. But you do find snacks eventually. A droid is happy to bring you snacks, a nice snack tray. In fact, you get the droid to come back with you carrying an extra snack tray.
Yes.
So that's what you do.
You really need to organize your droids better. They're just all wandering around asking people what to do.
Okay, so you do find a droid is kind of wheeling along with the snack tray with you.
Yes.
But they don't know anything about a protocol droid. They don't know what you're talking about. They're like, do you need a protocol droid? We can call one up, but no. Does anybody else want to try anything while this argument is going on?
I'm watching. Like, are they still in the room? Or
They're just over in a side alcove talking.
I'm watching the guards.
Okay.
Not like, boring a hole through their skulls with a stare, but just like I don't trust them as much as I did, and so Sorbo's just kind of readying himself in case something dumb happens.
Okay. They just seem. Yeah, I mean, they just seem they kind of shift uncomfortably when the shouting gets loud enough that they can hear it, and kind of like
yeah.
They're just not happy. You get the sense that Xerxes, kind of again being a former guardsman himself, kind of is noticing them too.
Yeah, we both triggered off the same thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Zag, is there anything you're doing?
No, Zag's just in the room, kind of like in his own head, but also trying to look intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of just off in Jedi land.
Where if no one is going to have anything to say in that discussion, where it ends up is that basically they kind of shout at each other. Where it comes out to is Andrew is like, fine, let's have the burial. I'll go to the Summer Palace, which is where I was before I left and where I'd rather be anyway. So they kind of have this frickin' frack brother thing going on that does not track with the Andrew that you know. That these are just like
that'll kind of pull Zag out of his obsession. Wait, gentlemen, whoa! Can Can we talk like adults for a moment instead of just shouting?
Yeah, even Lena's gonna kind of look at Andro like, "Whoa, dude."
Yeah.
Who wants to roll? Who wants to roll some charm or negotiation or something
I
like
want to
that?
help.
Okay. Who's gonna roll and who's gonna help?
Now he doesn't remember my name at all.
No, I don't. But I'm helping you.
Got
I'm helping
negotiation.
you.
Am I? I mean, I would take charm.
What's really bad about this, Nick, is that for the people who watch this recording, it's literally on under her face. Is her character name?
The problem is
Actually, can I take that as, not that it's any different than my charm, but can I I'm gonna tug on like Andrew's sleeve and pull him down, and can I take it as a leadership role to be like, Andrew, get your head out of your house.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Absolutely.
We did this whole friggin' thing. You're supposed to be all royal and shit.
Yes, you can absolutely do leadership. Absolutely.
Difficulty.
Is there anything that can be done to help her?
I'm already assisting,
Okay.
technically.
Zag is assisting. What are you gonna roll to assist Zag?
I will roll. Oh, geez. My cool, because I am just trying
I
to.
think I'll go for that. Sure. Roll some cool against 3 purple.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna piss off the brother. I think that's kind of what it is. I'm interrupting.
The whole "can we act like adults" does not go over well with King Robert.
No, it doesn't. And I just kind of spaced back in from my head, so I didn't even listen to the conversation prior.
Yeah.
He said it like in the same tone he would have like when we were on the ship, where it's just like, Jesus Christ, Andrew, act like a grown up. Oh, I'm a throne room.
Yeah, so that actually the 2 threats actually rile up the guards a little bit, and they kind of take a step toward you.
I'll put it in black tie.
Yeah, so sorry, Lena, throwing a black die.
That's all right. I have a black die reduction on that one.
So 3 purple on this. One black die, and then 1 blue die because you have snacks.
There we go.
Damn it, Andrew. You eat your friggin' snack and you act like a noble.
Yes.
We went through all this shit so that you could come and get your country back into shape, and you're not going to do it by having a snip with your brother.
Oh, sorry.
And then she smiles up like you didn't all just hear like angry mutterings from the Alina at the
yes.
human that she's pulled down to her level.
This is your mom.
Yes.
You've got low blood sugar. Eat this. You'll be fine in 5 minutes.
Yes. So it's just Lena like they're pointing up at the 2 at Andrew and just,
You have a snack too.
yes, here, have a snack. Have a snack. Everybody have a snack and calm down.
Sit down. Have a snack.
Eat your goddamn snack.
And try to act like grown-ups.
So you have 1 success, which means you are successful in getting Andrew to kind of, you're right. And he tells Robert, I apologize for raising my voice. The 3 advantages are basically calm the guards down, where they're just like, they kind of look at each other like, check this one out.
I'll hand a snack to the closest guard.
Also, are those canapes? Ooh. So that generally calms things down, and the result of you calming things down is that Robert, for his part, says, first of all, he says, you've chosen your major domo wisely. Let's focus on what we can agree on. I am not challenging your claim. Lord Santeca has confirmed your findings. It is Lancelin Kron. He is our ancestor. Our ancestor must be honored. He will be buried in the royal crypt. Let's focus on that and on honoring him. And if he was a member of the Jedi, he says in slightly lower tones, and there are particular rituals that accompany that, then fine. And we agree, yes, that it will only be the nobility. There will be no public announcement as to his life or heritage, or not heritage, his life choices or his membership in the order. You do understand that sensitivity, and Andros says he does. Very well. You can stay in the palace, of course. You can have your old quarters if you want. I haven't touched them. Not since you left. And your band can stay here as well.
5 seconds ago, I was a major domo. Now I'm a band member.
Were you in a band?
Yeah, you're the lead singer.
What? I can't sing. God damn it! He's gonna be so disappointed.
So, is there anything else anybody wants to contribute to this scene before we move on? Anything else we want to do here?
No.
No.
This is
Okay.
Yeah.
This is brother stuff.
And also, this is about as good as I can expect it to go. Like, I can't think of a way we could make this better, and I can think of lots of ways we could make it worse.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're assigned some quarters. The quarters
Zach's
are
okay
the
with
quarters are nice.
Ooh.
So
Is
yeah,
that a pool in the middle?
it's actually a chart of the cronies mandate that you can
Yeah.
overlay
Make
with
it
various.
into a pool.
Maybe
That should be the bottom of the pool.
Lena starts to get buckets and pours them into the.
I'm a major domo now. A major domo. I can't even say it. Major domo now. I'm gonna go get droids with buckets.
There you go. A line of
Right.
buckets, it's like the Sorcerer's Apprentice here.
Excuse me, I need a hot bath drawn, and we'll be like, oh, the baths are this way. No, into there.
You are informed that it will take 2 days to prepare the body and make preparations for the funeral and for the other nobility to arrive.
I definitely want to see if I could find the other Jedi guy.
Lord Santeca, yes,
You
absolutely.
didn't
Yeah.
follow him out earlier.
Yes. So Lord Santeca, you can absolutely catch up with him. Do you want to invite him over to the quarters or what?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so he'll come over to the quarters. Oh, did you all bring? Are they just going to hang out in the ship, or are you bringing Savi and then the rest of the crew with you?
Oh God, I forgot we had NPCs.
Yes.
They need to
Oh,
come too.
Yeah,
Do
I
they
imagine-
want to? It's
Yeah, you probably don't want to leave him in the ship. I mean, that's
well, I think Savi would have come. I don't know how much the
Yeah, Mama Tigo might be
Mama
questionable.
Tia might not be into it.
Can't
Mama
bring a
Tika.
Jawa.
Probably not,
I
unfortunately.
think it's more like a
Could
Jawa
Mama-
doesn't want to
Could
come.
Mama Tiga be at the summer home?
She could still be at the summer home if you want.
Yeah, because she didn't
Yeah.
need to come.
All right.
Like,
So
anybody who didn't need to come
we'll
could've
we'll
just stayed
retcon and say Mama Tigo is back at the summer home, kind of tinkering with droids.
Yeah.
But Savi absolutely comes along.
When it's time,
Yeah.
Bob can need to do some streetwise, and I don't know if it's skullduggery.
Okay.
I mean, someone's going to show up. And, the king just said, you don't know who I've had to deal with and what I've had to deal with.
Mhm.
And, his brother said you're licking the boots of the empire.
Mhm.
I want to find out what the skullduggery is. That's when it's time.
Okay, when it's time. All right. So
Yeah.
first we'll handle you, Zag, and talking to Lord Santeca. So I'm going to give you the quick version. Lord Santeca is once he's kind of in your confidence, he is not a believer of the stories that are told about what the Jedi Order supposedly did to betray the Republic. He doesn't buy that at all.
Good.
He has been searching for. He is certainly a believer in the Force. He has been searching for what happened to the individual Jedi, trying to tell their stories and record them where he can. And in the process, so originally he was looking at things that were coming out of the end of the Clone Wars, but he has now transitioned into sort of trying to preserve the knowledge of the Jedi where he can. He asked, he says, "Do you know how many records have been destroyed? It's unbelievable."
Hundreds of thousands. It's terrible. Actually, I've been trying to do what I can to recover what I can. And he'll share like some of the little trinkets that he carries around with him.
Mm-hmm. Savi actually asked him in one process, "Are you a Jedi?" And he laughs at that. It's like, no, no, no. And he says, "Are you?" And Savi's like, "No, but I can make a lightsaber." I built one for him not a couple weeks ago.
And outed by the kid.
Yes. He says, "Did you? Very good. You're a bright young man. You're a bright young man." Oh,
But yeah, I'll definitely swap contact information.
okay. He has wanted. You find out that he has wanted to meet Doc Ondar, but he's never made his way. He has not made his way to Batu thus far. But he would appreciate an introduction. He understands that he is careful about who he deals with.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'm from Batu."
I like how you didn't have Lena for this conversation to interject things like this, so you have Savi.
I have Savi.
Yeah,
I have Savi
yeah.
to do it. Yes.
Sent Lena away on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he you and he trade stories about just sort of the history of the Jedi and these other things, and he tells you again that he's been trying to get into Ossus, which is a planet technically outside the Mandate. But it's under quarantine. You can't get in there, and had tried to find a way in, and has basically been languishing here on Chandar, trying to get official access.
At some point in time, I'll float over 2 drinks for us.
Very good. He's all right then. I will keep that in confidence. I hope you don't do that in
Yes.
public.
No, well, we kind of did in front of all the nobility, but
Oh,
not in
dear.
public.
You did. Okay. Okay.
Well, we're trying to save everybody, so I mean,
I understand circumstances.
yeah,
Still.
circumstances.
Dangerous times. Be careful.
We've been trying to be.
Meanwhile, Bobkin, give me that streetwise roll. I would say it's 3 purple and 1 black because you don't know the town.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, so 2 successes and 2 threats. You move about the city a little bit. It's kind of the city's kind of it was once a glorious capital. Now it's pretty run down. There's outside the palace and a few other major buildings and industrial centers. There's a lot of sort of block housing, a lot of sort of wired patchwork electrical grid, and like it's not super well maintained. You have discussions here and there. This is what you find out in terms of your successes. The word is, as far as the street people are concerned, the cronies' defense forces are oppressive, but they can be bought. They are corruptible, and are in fact corrupted in many cases. And so the underworld can they can move about as they need to get things done. There is definitely a vibe here that nobody likes Prince Robert. Nobody really likes the cronies' defense forces, but it's kind of the devil that you know. They prefer that to potentially the alternatives. So most people are kind of like, you know what the attitude of the planet is? Could be worse. That's the attitude of the planet. And the whole place has very much, there is a huge
Attitude for 2022.
Yeah, there is a huge gray market here where most of the commerce takes place. The official commerce is, people work a lot of industrial jobs. Again, there's chemical plants and things like that that are polluting the atmosphere. But everybody's always ready to tell you, what's a really bad planet? And they'll Braca, that's a terrible planet. I'm glad we're not in Braca. They're always quoting like places that they could be that are much worse than this. So as for the 2 threats, The two threats come in the form of, after a while, after you've been asking questions, maybe like the third establishment you go to, you're talking to a guy, local street hustler, kind of low-level numbers runner and information broker that you were put in contact with, named Lossie. And Lossie's, when you get in there, says, "Oh, you're the guy people have been talking about."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard someone had been asking questions.
What else are they saying?
Well, some of them are asking if anybody is willing to pay for information about someone who's asking questions.
Convoluted way of asking for money.
Could be.
Well, what if they are not interested in giving information?
Well, if somebody local were able to vouch for them, I'm sure we could, say that you're a good guy who's on the up and up, and, there's no need for any of that. But you being an unknown quantity and all.
Well, let's make me a known quantity.
I can appreciate that. That's five. That's 5 with 2 zeros, by the way.
Really?
You want to haggle with him?
I can do that, but I'll require some other contacts, people to go talk to. Especially if someone's coming from off-world that you might hear about.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. You give me your contact information, and I will be your conduit from some of my friends. And as you have already heard, because you came to me, I am well connected. So if I hear anything, I will pass it on to you immediately.
It's going to be a very profitable endeavor. I agree.
All right. The fact that you didn't haggle absolutely kind of, it's like, okay.
It kind of baffled him, but
Yeah.
I figured make him a friend.
Okay. So knock off 500 credits.
Mm-hmm.
But Lassie can be considered a contact on Chandar.
Alrighty.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to do in the days leading up to the funeral?
Actually, once she's had plenty of entertainment with the map that wasn't meant to be a pool, Lena's actually going to go try and find the king.
Okay, you can go try to find the king.
Because he looked a little like he's not doing so hot with the ruling bit.
Are you telling anyone where you're going?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm now a royal advisor. Royal advisors don't have to tell anybody what they're going to advise the royal.
Yes. Sorbo, you're I assume just kind of hanging out. I don't know if you're planning on doing anything.
I was thinking that Lena and I would just sort of hang out and buddy cop it up, but I can't seem to find her,
Yes.
which worries me.
All right.
So I am going to be a strange armed man walking the palace.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm being casual about it, but I am very much like, where did she go? Oh,
Where did she go?
What's
Where did she go?
happened?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you roam the palace.
Yeah.
Zach wants to go to the tombs.
Well, you're going to be going to the tombs for the funeral.
Oh, excellent. I don't have to do it. Oh, okay. Never mind then. We're good.
I mean, you could try to go before if you
I
want.
do. Actually, he does want to try and go before because he wants to look for the wife's tomb.
It wasn't a wife.
Or, sorry.
It was the guy's niece.
Niece. Thank you.
What do you think of the Jedi there, Zach? Can I do a stealth roll opposed to
My perception?
to see
Do
if
you
he
have
finds
stealth
me?
at all?
No, but I have 3.
Oh, because my perception is absolute garbage. So this will be
Yeah.
fantastic.
All right, stealth versus perception. The players are rolling against each other. That's what we like to see.
I'm fairly certain I physically cannot beat that roll. Oh, I definitely can't beat that.
You can't
roll.
beat
Okay,
that
cool.
roll.
Yeah. Is it
That's
out
not
of
my-
curiosity, because I don't know the dice very well, is it possible to get 2 success, 1 advantage on a yellow and a green?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there was a mathematical chance. It was
There was a
yeah.
mathematical chance you could do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Nice.
Especially because you have a proficiency.
Because you're trained to mine just natural. I'm just naturally stealthy, probably because I'm short.
Because you're shin height, yes.
Yeah. Sora was doing a whole lot of walking around like this.
Indeed.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. You look under any sort of like piece of furniture that has like a cloth that hangs down the side. You just learn to like lift the corner of the cloth up because you could be hiding anywhere.
So, Lena, 2 successes and 1 advantage. The 2 successes are you stealthily slip through the hallways. The 1 advantage is that you see Sorbo looking for you and can slip by, so you know where he's going.
You're aware that you're aware that you have a timer.
Yes.
Let's find King.
Sorbo, your 2 advantages are that although you do not find Lena, in the process you do find you pass another set of quarters where you find a scanning crew kind of going through the quarters. They look to be very well appointed quarters, although they're being turned over pretty thoroughly in an orderly fashion.
So these are, what are they doing?
It's a scanning crew from the Cronies the Cronies Defense Forces that are actually turning over the room, like scanning the suite, actually.
Like for information, not like
with equipment.
oh
Looking for stuff.
Do I recognize what they're looking for just by the equipment they're using?
It looks like they're looking for any kind of electronic devices.
Okay, so they're looking for I'm gonna guess they're looking for recording devices, bugs, that sort of thing. Although I don't know for certainty. Whose room is it?
That would require a different roll to find out. Because it's not like their
Victor roll.
nameplates. Not like their name tags.
Yeah, I would be happy to try and figure that out without like going over and just asking them, "Hey, whose room is this?"
Yeah.
What do I roll? Same thing.
I would say I don't think it's perception per se because there's nothing to really. It's
they haven't labeled it. Yeah.
So it's more you would need some kind of social skill or to get into a system somewhere.
I mean, is there a terminal anywhere near here?
Yeah,
the reservation system for this.
There's a terminal down the hall.
Okay, I'll go see, because is this like a guest quarters kind of, or
it doesn't look like
this,
it. This is pretty extensive. It looks like a suite. It's like a pretty well appointed suite.
Then in that case, it's not something that will be assigned to like it's. This is something that someone's lived in for a while. If there's records in the computer, they probably. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay,
I'll go Google it.
Okay,
with my absolute untrained computers roll.
So give me a computers with 2 purple.
Okay.
Okay, 1 success, 4 advantages.
Damn.
So that's not bad for an untrained fellow. So that is Prince Daaro's quarters. And for your 4 advantages, I will tell you that there are 2 alerts on the. Well, there are a couple of alerts on there are notifications that are affixed to those quarters for the droids and the cleaning crew. 1, don't go in and disturb it. The prince is under arrest. 2, if you have any information on the whereabouts of the prince's personal droid RT-909, inform the security forces and gives the palace commander name. Inform them immediately. And then lastly, there's a scanning crew that will be in here. Do not disturb them.
Daaro's droid is missing. Cool and good.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Okay. So that is what you find out. Lena, you make your way over to the throne room and you find the king. The king is there. He's again on a holo talking to a number of the nobles. Do you want to kind of wait until he's done, or what do you want to do?
I'll wait till he hangs up.
Okay. So he hangs up with the nobles, and then one of the guardsmen's like, "Your Majesty," kind of indicates to you. I presume you're not trying to hide. I presume you're not trying to hide from them.
Oh no. No, she legitimately is just like, I now have a place in royalty. This is normal.
King Robert is the major domo. Welcome.
You know, I like that title. I really do.
I don't know if it's. I think it's up to Andro whether that's made official or not. But you certainly are doing a good job.
Thank you.
So she'll kind of look around at like there's guards like on either side, so she'll get like close.
Okay. So, is there something that you need? And
Do you want to pull?
are you okay? Wow. Roll me a charm roll.
Difficulty?
I would say 2 purple with a blue because you came and just asked out of the blue.
1 success, 5 advantage.
Word.
Don't underestimate the power of just asking someone if they're all right.
It's like, I just need a
He says, "Walk with me," and he walks over to the alcove and you can look out the window. Well, you barely can because it's the right there. He's looking down over the city, and he says, "I have tried very hard to do the best job that I could, given the circumstances that I am in. And my people hate me, and the nobility hates me, and my brother hates me." And when you look up to him again, he is crying. He is just crying. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Does Andro want the throne?
I don't think so. I mean, we barely got him to come back and tell you guys about everything. And really, it was just because he thought his family member had been disgraced.
Do you think he would take it if it was offered to him?
I think you guys might need to remember that neither of you asked to be in the family that you're in. He didn't want to be in a position where everything's gone to hell and he feels guilty for it. And maybe you shouldn't tell him, but I can probably remind him that he'd feel real bad if he got stuck with it and then everything went to hell and he felt guilty. You know?
I would appreciate that. More than you
Got
know.
it, boss.
Your name is Lena Terrell.
Yes, it is.
I heard it was Lana.
Damn it, Zag!
I've heard it both ways.
It's fine. They know who you mean.
If you require anything, Lena, while you're staying here, please let the droids know.
Ooh, are you going to be mad if I made your map into a tub? Because if so, I didn't do it.
What map? What?
There's a map in my room, but it was like inset and they make cool tubs. You might consider doing a map on the bottom of your pool. It's very pretty.
That actually gets him to kind of just shake his head and laugh a little bit, even though his eyes are still red.
Fucking thing made a pool out of my living room.
Talk to my droids. Make sure they'll set up a pool for you if that's what you need.
Oh no, they already did. I mean, only if you're not going to be mad.
You know what? I won't be mad.
Fair.
I won't be mad.
Fair.
Cool. Well, if you want to come hang out in my pool, I now have an
Oh,
indoor
no.
pool. in there.
Thank you, Lena Terrell. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I'm just
Oh,
picturing
and
them.
I'll talk to your brother. Really, I don't think you guys should be on different sides for this one.
Thank you. Good
Well, now I
conversation.
gotta go find Andrew.
Now you got to go find Andro. So Andro's in the. He is actually talking to the court functionaries who are preparing Lantel and Kron for burial and making sure that everything is going well there.
In my continued searching for
Searching,
Lena, is there a point where I can run across her, or is all this definitely going to happen first?
Let's do another roll between. Lena, are you still trying to sneak about from place to place and not be found?
Not as much actually. At this
Okay.
point,
right.
actually, you just want to just do it against a normal difficulty.
In that case, just do perception against like.
You might have stopped me from talking to the king. Once I've talked to the king, you're not going to stop me from talking
Yeah,
to
just
Andrew.
do perception against 2 purple.
Oh, that's effectively worse than Lena's natural roll.
Just he finds her at this point. That's
Oh,
you're fine. Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
You're
look at
fine.
that.
You're fine.
All
You'll
right.
run across.
So on your way to find Andro,
yeah,
Sorbo will like bump into you in a hall. He does not look like he's upset that you've been gone. He's aware that you have new duties and a new
Hey, where have you
position.
been?
Finding out really, really foreboding information and also looking for you.
Okay, maybe we start with the first part.
All right. Remind me the prince's name who's under arrest.
Daaro?
Daaro.
Prince Darrow's personal droid is missing, and there is a all points bulletin to try and recover it.
Oh shit. Wait. Did he have his personal droid with him when we saw him?
Nope.
I don't remember. You mean like a protocol droid?
Yeah.
I don't remember a droid.
Theoretically a protocol droid. I don't know for sure.
I don't remember any droids that weren't there for like protection.
Well,
Isn't he locked up?
he is locked up, which is why the fact that his droid is not is a particular concern.
Do we have a way Mama Tiga didn't come with us. Do we have a way of getting hold of Mama Tiga?
You can send a comlink message to Montego. Yeah.
Does she have a way of putting feelers out on the kind of network that would buy a rogue royal droid?
Oh, Sorba doesn't think that this is a droid that's been purchased. He thinks it's a droid that's been given instruction.
Yeah.
This is the from the heart of hell I stab at thee sort of thing by Daaro.
Oh, gotcha.
Zag, Zag has met that droid face to face, and it was very, very independent.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
fairly certain Zag would have told you guys about that droid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to just cover just assume that we cover that you inform the rest of the group of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's well, that doesn't sound like a good thing. Shit.
Yeah.
I need to go talk to Andrew, but
By all means, go. Just I don't want to be the only person who knows this.
fair enough. I assume how did you find this out? Does the king know?
I found it out because there's an official on the computer network. There's an official, if seen, please report to
APB.
sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
there's
Okay, well then the king definitely knows.
Yeah, or one of his functionaries. Yeah, I'm sure he'll know in time.
Someone official knows.
Well, shit. That's not good.
Nope.
You want to go try and repair a brother's love?
No.
Oh.
No, I do not. I got into this line of work so I didn't have to deal with emotions. I'm gonna go look for a droid.
Okay. If you find him, let me know. I gotta go talk to Andrew.
Good luck.
Okay.
You too.
Thanks.
So Lena goes to talk to Andro. Sorbo goes to look for a missing droid.
I'm droid hunting.
Droid.
Yeah. And I'm
Once
adjusting
Zach-
the rifle to make sure that the droid hunting is as literal as possible when I find it.
once Zag is informed, he wants to come with you droid hunting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'll send like a comm message to everyone just
Okay.
saying like, hey,
So
be on the lookout for this.
Well,
All right, so
someone who
so-
has a new contact on this planet could probably help.
that's right. Okay, so let's see.
I will stick close to Andrew.
Stick close to Andrew. Okay, so you follow
Yeah.
Xarxes, you
Lena.
follow Lena to Andro.
Okay.
And so you two go over to Andro. Andro is, as I said, we'll handle this first. Andro, as I said, is making preparations, helping make preparations for the funeral. He has actually used Zag some of the information and Bobkin some of the information that you provided in the past to give context to say this is to respect the Jedi heritage. This is all in confidence. This is not a public funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a ceremony. This is not a like
An event.
display.
Yeah. This will be in the family crypt that is outside of the city, in the hills. So it will be pretty easy to keep it under wraps. But I just want to make sure everything's done. But anyway, he sees Xarxes and Lena sees the two of you. Hello. How are you
Hey,
finding?
boss man, can we have some of your time? Just to talk a little bit.
You can. Of course.
So, I mean, I don't know how much you know about Alina's or our traditions, but family is really important to us. And, when I go out and do this stuff, like when I left home, it was kind of a big deal. I really wanted to adventure and I wanted to see things and I wanted to meet people, but it sort of means that I kind of let my family obligations down. And well, it means that all of my siblings, like, they have even more of what would have been my obligations. And some of them are out doing stuff like I do too, but that just adds even more to the ones that are at home. I mean, my sister takes care of my parents. I have nieces and nephews that I never see. And sometimes it's really easy to come home and tell everything about my travels and brag about the places that I've gone and the people that I've met. And I sort of forget, like, it's hard to be stuck on the planet. And I might get into scary situations, or hell, we just got blown up. But the day-to-day stuff, like keeping that responsibility, that's hard. And nobody's ever excited about the story of, like, I kept the kitchen functioning. So I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's hard to do the thing that you're supposed to do for your family.
I didn't expect this from you. Give him a roll. We need a roll here to see, but I'll definitely give you 2 blue for your explanation.
For my story.
For your-
I
I'm
just
just gonna
watched-
do a charm.
yeah, I think it's a charm.
Yeah, I just watched Enchanto, and this is like
Right?
hitting all of that. Yeah,
Family did. Encanto was cute.
yeah, it was.
Difficulty?
I would say it's 2 purple. Okie doke.
Oh,
Yeah, it works.
He is picking up what I'm putting down.
He is picking up what you're putting down.
She does her job well.
He said it in anger, but he was right, and I've been thinking about it. I've been a salvage man for the last 10 years. And things maybe look simpler when you're a salvage man looking in from the outside. All I heard was the propaganda. And the propaganda was, or not the propaganda, I heard the rumors. And the propaganda. Neither of which are the truth. I'll talk to him. Thank you.
I mean, to be totally honest, the truth is he thinks everybody hates him.
Well, I should tell him otherwise. Thank you. So he gets a little teary-eyed as well.
Lena's just going around making everybody cry.
Cry. Yeah, that's what you do.
Nice.
That's what you do. It's what one does in a series finale. You make everybody cry.
I mean, this is also what the social heavy in a game does. Like, your
Yeah.
combat is not with knives. Your combat is with guilt.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Social attack.
Remember how you abandoned your family.
Yes. Kudos, by the way, for working in your obligation to family into the conversation.
I know. I haven't had to use it at all.
Let's move on to the droid hunters. How are you going about this, droid hunters?
I have no idea.
Oh,
If Zag or Bob can have resources that they have picked up, that would be great.
Yeah,
I
no.
literally-
That's the plan.
Zag is
Great.
Zag
What
is
do we
going
do?
into hunt mode because it's a survival check, isn't it?
No, not really. Not inside a royal palace.
That's fair. That's fair.
Zag, Zag is in the potted plants.
I'll find him.
However,
in his natural habitat.
Bob
the
can
kitchen.
Bob can
Oh.
you can,
It's
you can
natural.
Bob can absolutely roll a streetwise to try to get some information,
Cool.
and I'll give you 2 blue because you have your contact.
Money well
Oh.
spent.
I can assist on street.
From his bush.
Yes.
Oh no. I mean, in actuality, I can assist.
So I should add 2 blue. that what
And
you
2
said?
blue. Yes. Zag, we'll get. We might want to. It's
Yeah,
hard
no
to
worries,
assist,
no
it's hard to
worries.
assist him if you're not there.
That's all the
oh,
dice?
That's fine. That's fine.
That's all the dice.
Okay.
Oh no, 2 purple. Pardon me.
Two purple.
Pardon me. 3 purple. 3 purple.
Okay. Now that's all the dice.
Now that's all the dice. Go for it. 1 success, 3 advantages. You talk to your newly found contact. He tells you that he'll get back to you with some information. It's not until that evening when he does get back to you, but it says that somebody did hear that somebody received some payment from a fancy-looking droid, a very fancy, polished, clean, white and gold droid, for passage off-world. This happened about a week ago, but it was almost exactly around the time that Daaro was arrested. Well, after you guys captured him.
Alrighty.
So kind of the same time he came and attacked the palace, his droid went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right after the attack on the palace is when the bot probably was like, "Bye."
But yet there was that thing that Lena saw, a hollow message, and there was a
Mhm.
protocol droid.
Yeah, but it was.
So actually, you know what? When she asks if the king knows, and he says it was in his system, that's probably enough for her to trigger. Like, he was talking to somebody about it, just so that you know he knows that he was getting communications.
Yeah.
Was that what you were going to say, Pete?
With pooling all the information together, the king is definitely aware of the droids. The droid's disappearance, it seems, like based on what you saw in the message, and then what Sorbo, what you picked up in terms of the overall security alerts and those things. Whether they have the information that you just picked out is another question entirely. I mean, you are not part of the Cronies Defense Forces, so maybe you picked up something they don't have. Then again, they are pretty corrupt, so maybe they have ears to the ground as well. There definitely is. I mean, they're looking. They're looking. They're still looking. So, do they know everything that you know? That's to be seen. So, I gotta say, Sorbo and Zag. I mean, once you get that information from Bobkin, is there really much that you want to do in terms of actual hunting?
No, because he's off world.
Yeah, if he's not here, there's not much else we can do.
Yeah.
Well, the droid might still be here. Perhaps.
No,
Whatever
the
they're
droid.
No,
the droid is what left.
The
droid's
droid left. The droid.
droid-
left.
Yeah, Darrow's in prison. The droid's
Yeah.
what left. So
I thought the droid was paying for Daaro to get off world.
No, sorry.
No.
No, to be specific, the droid paid for its own passage off world.
Yeah.
Oh.
cool.
Did that
Cool.
information include who they paid?
Or where he was going.
Well,
if
that
we were
would
to
say who they
grace
paid
homes.
means if you pay more, you get where he was going.
That would be
Yeah.
that would be a lot more expensive because the problem is he paid someone to get off world and not say where he was going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you're asking Lossie to burn that person and burn
Yeah.
their information. That's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
big ask.
Oh, I was thinking more like, will he give us the name of who they paid so that we can go offer them incentive to give up their information? Not that he has to.
That's bad business.
Yeah.
Even just sending us towards that person is
Enough that would, yeah.
I mean, we'd have to offer something more valuable than that person's
Yeah.
contact.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's quite an ask.
Now, see, here's where you dip into the dark side, and I'm not really suggesting it, but not having your head cut off with a lightsaber is incentive.
It totally
No.
is.
But that was completely rhetorical.
Yeah, I understand. It's
Again,
totally rhetorical.
in a hypothetical universe where I had access to an instant kill weapon.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do before the funeral? Because I want to make sure that we get to that.
Nope, I did my piece.
Okay. Oh, God damn it, I'm going backwards.
Oh, yeah. If Zach could get to the tomb beforehand, that's
you want to get to the
tomb
tomb beforehand. Okay.
because he wanted to go to the niece.
Okay.
The niece's tomb.
Okay. You could do that. As I said, there's a restriction on sort of ship hopping, so you can't you have to take a speeder to get out there. You could do it under the guise of preparations for the funeral, I suppose. The question is, Zag, are you going to take anybody with you? Are you going to take anything with you?
Bobkin, are you busy?
Why are we going to the tomb?
Pumpkin's just trying to make friends, and Zach keeps getting into shit.
I really want to go to his niece's tomb because I think she has the key to the Ori.
Oh, well, all right then. I'll trust that you have good information on that. All right. We can be stealthy and break into a tomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just the two of you, nobody else?
Can we do this at the funeral?
You could technically do it at the funeral. It might be easier at the funeral because you.
Yeah.
wouldn't
Okay.
be-
Let's
wouldn't be
just
sneaking.
hold off then.
All right.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll just wait.
Okay, so without further ado, we move on to the day of the funeral of Lancelin Kron, or again, the ceremony of a long-lost Jedi ancestor. You are all, obviously, you're given finery to wear, so you have your best clothes. Doesn't affect your stats at all, but it will. You have some nice robes, cronies robes to wear over whatever it is else you're wearing. And you are, with the rest of the nobility that have assembled in the capital for this event, you leave the palace and board a transport, essentially a very fancy suborbital bus, which takes you into the hills and to a crypt, which is actually entered through a very narrow canyon, which only allows a little bit of the already kind of poor light conditions to spill in. The transport comes in for a landing, and the procession files out. The remains of Lancelin Kron are now in a proper sarcophagus. It is or coffin at least, that bound for sarcophagus. It is borne out of the transport by both Andro and Robert and Crony's guardsmen taking up the rest of the burden, and they bear it out and up the steps and into the crypt. As I said, the deal here is that the Crony's nobility, their tradition is to bury their dead in natural caves, and obviously this is the most extravagant extrapolation from a natural cave in terms of what they have built up around it. But once you're inside, you see the full extent of exactly how far back it goes. There's a long walkway past the crypt entrance and these big stone and gold arches that are above, very ornate, very ancient, and just little alcoves and crypts that go along the side as you work your way back. The solemn procession continues. You can see that some of the newer, the more recent burials obviously have been more recent construction, but the group is going way past that into the darkness, where there is still space for lost family members, people who were just were never recovered, or just where there was just extra space, another branch of the family. They're going deeper because that is the era in which Lancelin Kron lived, and that is where he will be born to. A question for you all: are you attending this funeral, or are you slipping away to the niece's crypt? What's the story here?
No, Zag's waiting for the funeral. This is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am attending.
No, this is important, and this is a Jedi, so Zag is more caught up on that, I think.
Okay. So what is your intention? Do you want to stay behind after the funeral's done and then go to the other crypt, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, that's what Zag's gonna do. He's gonna wait until after the funeral.
Okay.
Is there a reason to not tell Andrew that the key might be there? That way it's not sneaking off?
Actually,
I think they're anticipating having to take the key out of the crypt.
Yeah. But
So-
wouldn't you want that key?
Well, but these are their
Perhaps-
ancestors.
Yeah, perhaps not at the risk of violating a corpse. Just
Well, asking is better than actually going and doing and then getting caught.
I don't know that Zag agrees.
yeah, Zag is very much a forgiveness, not permission sort of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do it. Well, no, actually, you raise a good
Sorry.
point, though. I will actually, before we leave, ask Andros, I guess.
Just an idea.
Okay. So you are going to ask?
At some point in time, yeah, because he's gonna talk to Bobkin, and Bobkin's like, "Why don't you just ask?" And Zag's gonna be like, "Oh, that's the right thing to do." Okay,
Andrew's like, you want to do what now?
I'm sorry. I want to get the key to your or the Ori, right?
My initial reaction is
I
no.
know. I know.
This is my
Okay.
ancestor and one of the beloved relatives of the person we are laying to rest.
I know it's not like I want to hurt her or anything, but the key might be in her. Okay. The answer was no.
Give them the whole spiel about not being crude matter but luminous beings.
You can try to convince him with some sort of social role.
It would be worth something, wouldn't it? I mean, knowledge.
Do I
wise.
have any charm?
Can
No.
we delay the trying to convince him till after this very important, very stressful ceremony he's about to go through?
Yeah,
Like,
and that
let's do
was
that.
All right,
more
you
the
said
thing.
no, that's
Yeah.
fine. And then
Yeah, you said
afterwards,
no,
after
that's
he's
fine.
got the well of goodwill from seeing his ancestor laid to rest, perhaps you can get Lena to say something.
Or that's when I just. Anyways, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
oh
I
yeah,
drop
no,
it
I
here.
know.
I drop it
I
here.
know
It's
what's
more,
happening.
It's more respectful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. It's fine.
All
I
right.
understand. It's a hard time.
The funeral proceeds. You are all in attendance. Andro gives essentially the eulogy, drawing a great deal upon the information that you have all gathered. It is emotional for him and seemingly for his brother as well. Andrew makes a point of not dwelling on any kind of political aspect of the Jedi, but just in ancient times, the Jedi then were known as guardians and protectors of peace and justice. He doesn't mention modern times. He's very careful to put it in historical terms, which maybe makes you a little bit kind of just flinch a little bit, Bobkin, but you get it. It's like not the statement I would have liked to have heard in a perfect world, but what can you do? The ceremony is very nice. It is very respectful. And Langton Kron's remains are laid to rest, and the lid of the sarcophagus is placed over his tomb, and everyone quietly begins to file out. So now with the ceremony done, now do you want to ask a question as you're kind of walking down, like heading out? Or you want to do it later? What do you want to do?
Lena,
What?
can I get you to talk to your boss?
It's our boss. What are you doing?
I want to get the key for his Ori, or at least where I think it is, which happens to be with his niece's remains.
Have you told him that you think there's a key with
I
her?
did.
He already told you no.
He did. And I dropped it then. But now you're here. And you're much cuter than I am. And I'm hoping.
Grave
That I'm
robbing,
right.
Zag?
It's not grave robbing. It probably is. Still, we have one piece. He needs the other.
The narrator, it was grave robbing.
It was grave robbing. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Zag's aware. This is what Zag does, though. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's grave
Do you
robbing.
really
I mean,
think there's no other way?
I mean, technically, it was the original premise of the campaign.
It's
It
true.
was the original premise of what?
The campaign.
The original premise of
Yeah.
the campaign, yeah.
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 yeah. So,
Do you really think there's no other way?
we can't really recreate a key, and I really want to. Well, I'm sure nobody else is as excited as opening this thing as me, but it would be good for him. Maybe it's something that we should leave, with his remains. Maybe. Oh no, we probably should. Anyways,
Yeah, I think you're making it worse, Zag.
only for myself.
Fine, I will talk to him, but
I'm not expecting anything, and it's okay.
you better be incredibly respectful.
I promise.
All right, Lena.
Hey, boss man.
Yes.
Zag really, really wants to see if he can find the key to the orrery. It's not even his niece. It would be like his great aunt or something, wouldn't it?
Well, it was the niece of the
The
Jedi
niece
we
of-
just
yeah.
laid. Yeah.
In the tomb of the niece that he thinks it was given to. He promises to be very, very respectful and delicate.
I have built a lot of goodwill in the past few days. I really not want to squander that.
Yeah.
I can have him promise to also be very sneaky.
This is going to be a really hard charm roll.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what would this do? This Ori thing.
You have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I've been excited about this entire campaign.
Yeah.
I wanna know what
Effectively,
it opens up to.
there's a big button that says "Do not touch," and
Yeah.
we've had it in our possession since the beginning, and it has a glass cover on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
We have to break the glass cover to find out.
Wow.
What's it? What am I putting in?
I'm going
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
to. Okay. I'm gonna flip a die, and I'm gonna say it's kind of maybe a kind of unusual use of this, but it's 1 red and 3 purple.
I don't think that's an unusual use. I think that's a totally
Yeah.
to use. I think you can upgrade the difficulty with that easily.
Yeah. You can. You can absolutely can.
All right. No.
That is no. That is a big no.
You can't promise to be sneaky and respectful enough.
No,
Okay.
that's okay.
So
because-
three failures, but the advantages are. I understand this is what you'll do, and I understand. I'm not disappointed. I'm not angry.
The advantage is he didn't get mad at me for asking, which is good for you, Zag.
Yes.
I think that's the advantage, is that you do not get this person.
Yeah, let's give it some time, and I'll
Yeah.
look into some legitimate ways to do that. Okay.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
not squandering all our goodwill with our first
Mhm.
real employer.
The
Yeah.
hard part is over. We have time.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
figure it
yeah.
out.
It's all right. I think Zag just figured out that actually he's going to ask if they could leave the orrery with the Jedi. Because it just occurred to me, that thing showed us where that big, scary, nasty monster was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't need this anymore.
We can retcon it and say it's buried with Lancel and Kron.
It doesn't have to be retconned. It's Zag is going to realize that after all of
Okay.
that happened, and he is going to go put it in there.
Well, you have to
and just
retcon
leave
it, and you have to retcon it in the sense that at this point in the narrative, there's a big slab of granite on top of the.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's buried, dude.
So
No, that's
unless you
fine.
got a lot stronger.
No,
You're gonna
I
grave rob the
forgot-
Jedi to
I
put
forgot
something
about
in
the
there.
slab, Sorry, I forgot about the slab.
All right, so
That's gonna be
we will
arrested.
retcon and say that you laid it to rest during the ceremony. You laid it to rest.
Yes.
You had an epiphany during the ceremony
Yes.
about
Zag did.
about any sort of like good graces
Yes.
or like the like whatever it was. But you had an epiphany during the ceremony,
Actually,
and
that-
your contribution towards regaining light side points.
Yes, we figured it
Oh,
out.
to be fair, it was the big scary monster. Zag just realized that the key might just open the monster and let it out. So he doesn't want to chance it
Oh,
anymore.
you've played Borderlands 1. Okay, fair.
Give me perception rolls, everybody.
Here we go.
Two
Difficulty?
difficulty. Two purple.
Why do I keep getting threat on my perceptions?
Okay.
One success, one advantage.
Zoxy's
How
like,
the
I ain't
hell?
found shit.
Oh, man.
Bobkin has not
This
found
is-
anything.
This is some Jedi bullshit.
Bullshit here. The threats I will say is going to play into what those. Yeah, I'll work it together. So those of you who are successful see that there's a commotion up ahead in the procession. Those of you who got threat, we will say that we'll say that you notice you hear someone say, "Where are the guards?"
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
You all push your way up to the front of the crowd of nobles who are kind of milling about. And there is there's the big, bridge there that you all came in on. But there's someone there. Kneeling. In the way.
Hey, Xerxes.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a guardy thing to do. I'm right with you, though, buddy. Right here.
Well, I'm kind of waiting for them to make a move. Like if somebody's kneeling in the middle of the walkway, that's trying to get you to walk up to them, but they set off a IED.
Let me do the force thing.
There you are.
Aha.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was wrong. This is some Jedi bullshit.
Uh-oh. It is some Jedi bullshit.
Pete, let me do the thing.
A traitorous band of nobles. And what's this? A Padawan?
Ken, is that you they're referring to?
You can roll the thing now.
Let's see. Here we go.
Your
Makes more
Highness,
sense.
would you
Just-
like me to shoot this person?
Just two?
Roll two white dice. Yes,
Nope.
you roll that first, and then I'll get back to you, Xerxes.
Okay.
Okay. Dark side.
Yeah, I figured that. Time to drop that extra robe that I no longer need because
Okay, so you throw off the robe. Xerxes, when you say to your highness, do you talk to Andrew or you talk to
Andrew. I don't. Yeah, I have been cast out from the other house, so no. Andrew is my lord.
He raises his hand, and there's a lot of grumbling and mumbling behind you. And he says, "Who are you?"
I am a loyal servant of the Emperor, and you are traitors. And now you will all meet a traitor's end.
And she lights her saber. A two-bladed saber. Roll initiative, everyone.
Okay.
I'd argue that this is cool because we knew.
Yeah, I
it
was
was
gonna say this is cool. We're
This
pretty
is-
fully
this is-
aware
this
what's
is-
happening.
This is absolutely cool. This is absolutely cool.
Where is initiative?
So it's basically you roll the cool skill without any modifiers.
Cool.
Do you have initiative on?
Wait, isn't
hold
cool
on a second. I'm about to.
Oh, sorry.
Don't roll yet.
Isn't
I'll roll
cool
again.
the reactionary one?
No.
No, that's
And
vigil.
It's vigilance.
I thought
Vigilance is what-
vigilance was the one about being prepared.
No,
No.
vigilance is the one about
Reactions.
It's kind of like your constant, base perception. Whereas cool is if you've had time to oh, okay, well, this is about to happen. We're prepared.
Whoa.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
It seems kind of backwards
All
to me, but okay, cool.
Cool.
All right. Start initiative rolls. Just select your cool and roll it.
I can't see where my roll was.
That's fine. The machine is grabbing your roll currently.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're all just getting
Yep. So I think that's everybody. Yes.
All right.
our PCs, NPC, and PC.
There you go.
Turn off
That's
and we've turned off initiative, which is progress from previous sessions.
yes, exactly. So we're slowly but surely.
True to form, the last session, we have finally gotten the platform down.
Okay, so the Inquisitor lights her lightsaber and starts walking towards you. Who wants to go first?
Well, I can use both, or am I better with just one?
You can use both, but both makes your role more difficult.
Then
Use
we're going-
both.
And
It'll
let me
look
whoa. Before you
Sorry.
say that, I want to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it clear that we have not used these rules before. These rules are not like shoot 'em up rules. If you are fighting an Inquisitor, someone with a lightsaber, you are basically rolling against their skill, and they are rolling against yours. So
Okay,
you,
so
you probably
So I need
don't.
to-
You don't
don't
want to
do
make
two.
your skill. You don't want to make your skill harder. Not yet.
right. Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Okay.
Light mine.
Okay.
Well, tell you what. Let me go first. Let me give her something to think about
Oh yeah.
while you are flanking her.
Okay.
I can at least grab her attention. So I'm gonna step in front of Andro and open fire.
Okie doke. Open fire. The range that she is at is 2 purple.
Okay.
She's singing.
Yeah. I am. He said open.
Okay. Oh, and pardon me, I should have added a black to that, but it's okay.
Oh. Okay.
So that's okay because
Yeah, so I'll just try to remember that for myself. But the point is, your shot goes wide. You do not hit her.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you were firing with the pistol. Yeah, with the ranged light. So you pull your pistol and you let off a shot.
for a funeral, it would formal dress. It would probably be.
I gave you robes for a reason, so you can carry anything you want in those robes. But so you can have whatever gear you want. So, but let's assume you draw the pistol first.
question, there are still a bunch of nobility with us, correct?
Yes, there's a huge crowd of like at least a dozen nobles behind you.
If we are okay with me going next, Lena is immediately going to go like, oh shit, time to get the civilians out of here.
Yep.
Probably is a good idea. So, Lena, do you want to make a roll to get the civilians to go back somehow using, I assume, leadership?
Yep. Difficulty?
I would say 2 purple but 1 black because of the chaos inherent in what is happening right now.
Okay, hang on just a second.
And
I'll
the
also
fact-
read
Yeah,
what my,
the fact that these nobles are like, they don't know what's going on.
my charm one.
Oh, pardon me. Half of them are going, what's going on? The other half are, oh shit, lightsaber.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I forgot. I need to not look at it there.
Perhaps we should quickly leave.
Uh, no. Hang on, I just need to pull up my my talent tree.
Yes, yes.
I forgot that it's just text that says to go read this. Okay.
These damn copyright laws.
Yeah. Short range to recover strain. Oh, I do need to know what I have.
So that's
Leadership check.
Zarcy,
I did specifically choose to do that,
Lena.
not to do it for a thing.
Bobkin's gonna go next, I'm sure.
Leadership.
Yeah, I'll back clean up.
You want to be the? So you want me to go after Bobkin?
Okay.
I don't know what your plan is, but
My plan is to duck back and hang out with the nobles, and then try and throw her lightsaber off the bridge.
Ooh.
okay.
What is my difficulty?
I'll go last, then.
Roll.
Your difficulty was 2 purple and 1 black.
Okay, so I'm going to take a strain to downgrade that. So
Okay.
that just makes it 1 purple, 1 black, right? Or does
Very
it drop
good.
the black?
It drops the purple.
Okay, because the black's like a conditional thing.
Yes. It's environmental. Okay, 2 successes, 6
Wow.
advantages.
I mean, in my defense, my leadership versus a 1 purple should be that good.
Yeah.
Yes, it should be that good.
yes.
So you basically turn to Andro and the king and are basically like, we need to get these people out of here. And without failing from that 6 advantages, Robert says, I know of another way out.
Your Highnesses, the nobles need to go elsewhere now.
Yes. So he's right with you, like this way. He's like, follow me, I know another way out. So you all are leading them backwards. So you guys start retreating.
Yep.
So that is that.
I'm not going to go all the way out with them. I'm just like, because I'm not going to completely leave everybody
right.
here.
I get it. So that's you.
And then we're hoping Bobkin would go next.
So next is Bobkin. So Bobkin, do you want to go
Alright.
next?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Here's where the
Hoping-
rubber meets the road, sir.
Yep.
You are rolling your lightsaber skill.
Yes.
Your difficulty is 3 red, 1 purple.
Wow.
If you want to use a destiny die, feel free.
And which
Do
one
we
is
have
that?
Destiny dice?
You
We have
2.
two.
Yeah.
Oh, because you've been flipping stuff. Nice.
I've been flipping it.
He flipped one, yeah. That
So what do I do? I hit a white? What do I do?
There's no white involved in this. So you select your lightsaber skill.
I did. I got
If you-
the red.
So do you want to burn a destiny die?
Well, yeah, it might
Yeah,
make
go
sense.
for it.
So if you want to burn a destiny die, then I will. Don't you do it? I will flip
Oh,
the.
okay.
I'll flip the destiny die. But then what I want you to do is take the purple off, or take the green die off and click a yellow die.
So I just click on it.
Yeah, click it. So you're removing the green die and upgrading it to a yellow die. So you remove the green die and click a yellow die to put it in.
I got you. Okay.
So you should now have 3
3
yellow dice and then 3 red dice and 1 purple.
Let's see what happens here.
2
Okay.
successes. 2 successes. That is excellent. So
Yeah!
That was a gnarly roll.
that was a gnarly roll. Now, this is what it does because she's armed with a lightsaber, you're armed with a lightsaber. So you are not just fighting to wound, you are fighting to wear her out. So what that does is 2 successes plus partially of your damage of your lightsaber. So that actually does strain damage to her, which ends up equaling 4 strain. Got that?
She's got 4 strain.
She has
How
4
many-
strain on her.
So
How
this
many is? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is effectively the equivalent of like a duel between katanas, where it's like you're not doing damage. The first person to hit wins.
The first person to hit. Now, if you roll a triumph, you do damage. But
Okay, I
basically,
gotcha.
it's like you're trying to wear each other down with the lightsaber.
Right.
That's the point of
Right.
this battle.
Fair.
Okay.
So Bob, can you come forward, get into strike, and connect with the Inquisitor? And she, it's hard to kind of read her expression, but you definitely read her voice.
Delightful. Let's play.
Who's going next?
I am, and I am going to be following Lena,
Okay.
and I'm going to try and sneak into the crowd, but try and force push the lightsaber out of her hand at some point. I
okay,
will stop with Lena.
You're doing two things at once here. You're going into the crowd, so you're moving into the crowd. You're trying to. Are you engaged or you're not engaged? Because you can't run.
Never mind.
You can't run into the crowd and do a force move.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll be engaged.
Okay.
I will try and force push the lightsaber out of her hand.
Okie doke. You roll me your force dice.
Okay.
Okie doke. All right. So that will disarm. Now there's a special rule about this too. You can do that once. The next time it's going to be harder.
That's fair.
So you can do that once, and we'll pull the lightsaber from her hand. If you want to control where it goes, that's tougher. That requires a roll.
Okay.
So,
what would I have to roll?
Your discipline versus her discipline.
No, that's cool. I'll just toss it off the side. That's all I was really.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't toss it off the side.
Sorry.
You cannot dictate where it goes. It's still within reach for her to get. If you don't.
That's fine. I am okay with that outcome.
Okay.
I am okay with it just coming out of her hand. Is more what I meant by just off to the side.
Okay, so you pull it out of her hand, and she, is clearly not happy about that. Which means she's going to have to spend her turn getting the damn thing back. Which she is going to do. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so she pulls it right back into her hand and starts spinning her blade. She's clearly on the defensive. All right, last PC slot.
Sorbo.
That's me. So she's able to rearm and take a defensive stance?
She is able to rearm. She can't attack. That was her action. Her action was to force pull the thing back to her hand.
All right.
But all she can do is defend now.
Don't like that she can defend. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm aware of how badly this is going to go, but we are going to attempt to shoot her.
Okay.
So I need to look up one attachment. That's.
I can verify if you miss her entirely, it's pretty safe. You just shoot around the Jedi, and they can't bounce it back at you.
That's fair. Yes, only shoot to miss, and then
yeah.
I just need to look at one page on this book very quickly because I forgot to write the thing down. Where's ARG? All right, that's the one thing I don't love about this is that the talents that equipment give you are not defined under the equipment.
That's true. There are a couple of. If you tell me what the name of the talent is, I bet you I can find it for you very quickly.
Oh, I can look it up. Okay, there, got it. I'm assuming that I am at short range.
You are now at short range. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Which adds a damage if I hit. So,
okay.
Ranged light. Yeah, Sorbo absolutely was carrying rifle under robes and just swings it out like, why would you not come to a funeral heavily armed?
Yes. It's like the Matrix.
What is my difficulty to hit a fucking Jedi with ranged fire? This is going to go great. It'll be fine.
So it's going to be one red, one purple, and one black.
Let me see how many black the gun does not eat black yet. It will, but it does not yet.
Okay. Oh, pardon me. Two black, because she's spinny.
She should not get both black. If she had to pick it up off the floor, she should only get one. But anyway,
well, yeah. The other's from her passive. It's from her armor.
Okay. Oh, if it matters, I am shooting to stun, not to wound.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm all right. Let's see. Yeah, no, that is the correct result when shooting at someone with a lightsaber.
Okay, doke. So, you do, however, get one advantage, which means we can pass on a blue die to the next person on the next round.
That sounds amazing.
Which I believe
Bob,
brings us right back to the top of the round.
Yes.
Who's going first?
Is there a reason not to hand that blue die to Bobkin to try and stove her head in, or should we? Are there other people who can set things up better first?
Oh, I mean, you can hand. Oh, does he have to go after you for that?
It's whoever the next person is.
Whoever the
yeah.
next person, we're at the top of the round. So whoever wants
So
to go first.
I did want to throw in a disarming smile at her, but I guess I can do it after he attacks. So disarming smile, succeed in opposed charm check to lower defenses of the target by ranks in disarming smile, which I only have one. So, but it would lower her defense by one, assuming
do
she has
Do
defense.
that first.
Yeah, do that first.
And having an extra blue die on that seems just as helpful.
Yeah, because that's going to help
Sure.
everyone.
All right. I need a charm check from her.
A charm check from her. Boy, charm is not her strong suit. I gotta say.
Yes. Yes.
I gotta say.
And you make her feel guilty about something while you're in there.
I gotta say, but I'm gonna flip a die to make it a little bit better for her. So, so here she goes. She's rolling her charm.
Oh, she actually beat me.
Okie doke.
Apparently,
Curse
it doesn't
you.
work on her.
I have a
Curse you,
classy sword
dark
charm.
side.
Yes. So it was a nice attempt, but she's like, "You're cute," but
All right. Well,
I'm not, yeah.
nice try. Doing the parkour thing.
okay.
Will that get me any kind of advantage?
I'll tell you what you can do. You need to activate the.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me think about this. Yes, if you. Oh boy. Okay, so let me think about this. I'm blanking on the. Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm winging it. So you can roll 2 force dice to activate the parkour thing. If that is successful, that will allow you to go over her defenses and get in behind her.
There you go.
Which negates her defense. So then you don't have black dice. So that is good. So why don't you roll me 2 white dice?
Just 2 white dice.
Just 2 white dice because this is just the force power.
Just making sure.
Yes. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so you do a quick tumble and a force jump and make it over top of her.
And now lightsaber.
Look, she even had the high ground. You did that. So that is good. Now you need to take 2 strain in order to make an attack now.
Okay. Well, you got to attack.
You got to attack. So take your strain.
Yeah.
Okay, now make your lightsaber attack. And once again, it is 3 red, 1 purple, but no black.
Purple. So I got 2 yellow, 1 green, and then what you just told me.
Yes, unless you want to spend a destiny die again.
Well, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to keep stealing from the group. How many do
You
we
are
have?
the only person capable of doing damage.
Fuck
to
her
this
up.
lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're here to just try and mess with her so she doesn't fuck you up.
All right, so
All right.
replace that green with a yellow. Take out the green and put in a yellow.
Okay.
And now roll.
Oy.
I gotta remember I can take strain to lower things.
Okay,
Oh,
0
God.
successes, 3 threats,
Ooh.
1 despair.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Okie doke.
Turn to character generation.
So, so right away, you take 3 more strain.
3 more strain.
Because you were strained by that, and it did not work out well for you. And then let us consult the rules. So a despair in a duel is a little bit different than a despair in
That would have been cool.
standard rules. That would have been cool. So we will go and we'll take a look at that. Okay. So let's see. What does a despair do? Let's see here. Nope, that's wrong. Wrong ones I'm looking at. Okie doke. This is what happens. You have put yourself in a very bad position, and as you land, you swing. She actually comes around and kind of checks you, and you fall prone. So you are on the ground right now, on the bridge. So
Okay. Stuff happens.
stuff happens. So you're prone, and she is after you. So who's going next?
Is it okay if I go next?
You can totally go next, unless somebody else.
Pull
wants
out
to.
my nifty new gun and shoot at her.
Okay.
Hey, she's faced away from you.
Yeah,
Yes, she is. Yes, she is faced away from you. Now she still gets the black from her armor.
that's
Yes.
fair. What is the difficulty?
2 red for you.
And then any blacks?
Yes, which reminds me, I really made it easy, way too easy on Xerxes the first one. That should have been 2 red as well. But whatever. The past is the past. 2 red
I have
and 1 black.
accurate 2.
Accurate 2. So accurate 2 gives you 2 blue dice.
Nice.
I have pierce 2. I have stun.
We'll worry about that if you hit. All right, quick technical glitch, but we are back. So I believe that Sorbo was going to go next. I believe that's what we said.
He is.
All right, so you also have 2 red, 1 black from the armor. Go for it.
Okay. All right. So if I go back over here.
And then 5 blue dice.
And then 5 blue dice.
I'll take them. Okay, so raised heavy.
It's a lot of blue dice.
I realized
Yeah.
that I mistakenly, I think, rolled ranged light last time, but it should be ranged heavy.
Oh,
So
okay.
oh well, that's fine. So
You briefly
2
pulled out
red-
your pistol.
Don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so it's 2 red, 1 black.
2 red, 1 black is your difficulty.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He flipped out the coat for the pistol. Now he's flipping it out for the
I
big
really
gun.
do. I really do hope that I don't just get like 9 advantages. Oh hey, I'll take it.
2 successes, 2 advantages. Okie doke. All right, so and you were going to stun, correct?
Yes.
Okie doke. So let's see. What is the damage that we yield for stun wise? Obviously, but it's still the same damage.
Because I'm at short range, that's 8 base damage
8.
because I get +1,
Mhm.
and then
So then
let's
9,
see
9.
attachments. None of those will have effect, and then I don't have the. There's one thing I wanted to check. Yeah, I don't have the advantages necessary to activate a thing, so that's fine.
Okay, so that's fine. So we will say that. So that out of what gets past her armor, that's 5, I believe. So that's 5 strain, which is a pretty solid, palpable hit.
Good.
So doesn't knock her down, but it definitely she feels it.
Also, it'd be
sure.
nice to just remind her that she can't just murder Bobken without consequences. So being shot from behind, maybe she'll think twice about.
Oh, I forgot you have annoying friends.
Yes.
Friends, my only weakness.
I mean, yes, yes. The power of friendship is like the main enemy of the Sith,
Yeah.
or the dark side in general. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's see. What shall she do right now? Bobkin, you're on the ground, so
Yeah. His advantages didn't do anything. They just
his advantages. I mean, he can pass them on to the next person who goes.
I absolutely will. Yeah.
Or there's what other
But
things
she
could-
is next in initiative, regardless.
She's next in initiative.
It
I
goes
mean,
to the next PC, I think.
it goes to the next PC. There's maybe it's not enough advantage to upgrade her difficulty. I don't think.
He can give her a disadvantage.
You know what? You can give her one. You could give her 1 black die if you want.
I'd love to. That sounds
So
delightful.
let's give her 1 black die. Okie doke.
That's what I could have done too. Oh well.
There we go. Hey, you know, we
Yeah.
we learned these
It's
things.
been a while. Yeah, it's
It
been
has
a while.
So what is she going to do? Sorbo, you just made contact with her, and Bobkin is on the ground. So I think she might actually go after you.
Oh, this is fine.
Slow head
No,
turn.
get out of here.
You scratched my armor.
Go. Nina, go.
Dokie. So let's see. There's that, and you're at short range. She takes some black on that, so that's good for you. All right, and then I have to throw the dice in there, and throw the force dice, and away we go. Okay. Haha. All right. So. So she's gonna have to, because it's reversed for her, she's gonna have to take strain, which is not great for her.
Oh no, the power of love got to her.
Power of love actually got to her. However, she does actually hit you, Sorbo, because she takes the lightsaber and throws it, and it spins in the air and slices into you.
Ooh.
So you take 8 damage. Armor does not protect.
Not a huge fan.
Damn.
Yeah, she's not messing around here.
That's mean.
8. There we go.
Okay, so that is a pretty bad wound to whatever area of your body you prefer to be wounded.
Oh, I'm sure this is just like an arm and torso hit if she's throwing it to
probably.
spin.
Yeah, so it's basically right across your arm and torso, upper torso. So that's
cool.
what happens there.
That stinks.
Yeah.
So it hurts. The last PC slot of the round. Who will take it?
Xarxes.
Xarxes.
Xarxes. Xarxes the only one
And
left.
what I'd like to do is take advantage of her throwing her lightsaber to try to shoot her when she can't block lightsaber bolts.
Yes. Okay. So So that is fine. Why don't you roll to hit? It is again 2 red, 1 black, just like it was.
Can you stun?
I can, but why are we trying to stun her?
Because it's strain rather than damage, and
Well-
if we cap out her strain, she passes out.
There's a separate secondary reason, which is that Bobkin was doing strain, and the first person to run out of strain loses the Jedi duel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my thought was that doing strain would
Strain.
contribute toward that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will. If somebody yells out to use stun, then I will be using stun.
All right.
Cool.
So presumably Zag or someone yells
This is
stunner.
like a
Zag,
kill target,
yes.
but okay.
Zag will be the one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it doesn't affect the roll at all. It's still the same weapon.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, but if I spend a strain, I can upgrade a green to a yellow,
Can you do? Is that
or is that a talent?
That's a talent. You can't just do that.
Okay.
You can spend a strain to get a boost.
You can spend a strain to get a boost die. I think that's also a talent, but I'll
Okay,
allow
never
it.
mind.
That was
Never
a
mind.
standard use of strain.
You know what? Let's allow it. Just spend. I'm gonna say spend 2 strain to get a boost die because that's pretty nice.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So
Wait,
go for
I'm
it.
sorry, I did this wrong. So a boost die, so it's a blue die,
a
right?
blue die is a boost die.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go.
Okie doke. So
Well, it's a success at least.
it is a success, so that's good. So let's see. Range light.
Threat to work with.
How much does your weapon do? You have a heavy blaster pistol. Is that correct? Or a regular blaster pistol?
Yeah, it's a regular blaster pistol, but I have the close range, so it does 7 damage.
7 damage plus 1 from the success, so that's 8. So that's 1, 2, 3 strain that gets past armor. 3 strain that gets past armor. Thank you very much. All right, and then 3 threats. Let's see. What do 3 threats do to you? I know what 3 threats do. I know exactly what 3 threats do. As you hit her, she kind of spins, and you see some white forms and in armor rushing in from the other end of the bridge.
Okay.
Ah, fuck, she does have friends.
She does have friends.
She's got employees.
She has employees. All right, so that is that. So that's pretty good. And with that, we come back to the top of the round. Who's going to go first?
I can either try again to disarming spire to lower her defense, or probably a better choice is I can inspire. Well, I can attempt to inspire Bobkin, which would drop him at least 1 strain, assuming I have a success,
Okay.
and gives him a blue die for 2 rounds on anything.
That sounds pretty good.
There's one other thing you could do if you wanted. I just wanted to bring that up, but you could try to inspire the royal guards to get involved in the fight against the white.
Sorry, the royal guards are gone. They're gone.
Oh,
If they were
Yeah, I
taking
think
It's just us.
Everybody out.
oh,
They
Yeah.
they pieced out.
okay. Well, forget that then.
That's this.
Gonna need some more royal guards.
Who has the
Um,
stun grenades?
So, okay. All right. So make an average leadership check each. Is the little starburst a success?
Well, you get yeah. The starburst is a success. The wings are advantages.
Okay. Okay. So I don't have any successes.
You don't have you have 4
Yeah,
advantages on that.
I apparently am way too stressed out to actually manage this one.
This is a rough day. Lightsaber fight, not cool. Like, yeah.
Well,
I will say with those 4 advantages, I will say with the leadership, despite that, you could pass it on. You could pass on.
Yeah, so he won't get the blue for 2 rounds, but I could pass a blue on to whoever's after.
I'll let you pass a blue die onto Bobkin from that. Okay. So, all right, Bobkin, what are you going to do now?
well, I think I need to get out of the way. Is there a way I can? Is there a way I can use the parkour thing again? Get out of the way and still attack?
I'm just going to bring something up right now, given that there are now
guys?
reserves coming in.
Yeah.
How do we feel about a fighting retreat? Just
good.
Probably not a bad choice.
Yeah.
Okay, the fighting retreat, not a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah, so, I just wanted to frame the goals of this conflict. I don't know that the goals are going to be, let's beat this person. We're going to defeat a heavily trained inquisitor with a pack of goons behind her.
It was fine until the goons showed up.
Yeah, maybe we can reframe that as, we're going to survive this encounter.
Do we, just out of curiosity, how many strain has she suffered?
She suffered a lot. She's
a lot.
Yeah, 15 of 20 total. So she hasn't tried to recover anything yet. She probably will have to do that. She's going to have to try to go on the defensive and try to recover some strain.
Of note, I believe because it's 4 advantages, I can actually spend all of them to give a blue die to anyone in the order versus, because I think it's 2 to give one to the person.
So you give more to you give some to someone else if you want. Yeah.
If there is someone who can set up for Bobkin between that, we can keep the blue die with Bobkin, but give another action in between to set up if somebody's got a setup thing.
My idea is to throw a stormtrooper at her, or at least attempt to.
You'd be pulling pull
a stormtrooper.
They're too far away. They're on the other end of the bridge. So I don't think, unless you have long range, unless you've really upgraded your range on your move.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Too far away. You could throw a no.
I did increase range once.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Medium, not long. So
does anybody have stuff that specifically either weakens her, or would distract her, lower defenses on her, or boost Bobkin more?
Not especially, no.
I could boost Bobkin, but I'd have to, not from over there.
Well, my plan's to, I like that. Since he yelled retreat, that's what I'm going to do. And if I can take a swipe at her as I do, I will. But
absolutely.
Well, Bobkin, your situation is you are still prone. So you need to spend at least a maneuver to get up.
Okay.
So that's your maneuver period. So you can you could do more strain to do another maneuver, which i.e. move and attack as you go past.
Could I go before Bobkin and lift him up?
You mean
can you use the force power to pull him up?
Yeah.
Pull him up? I mean, yeah, that's kind of a weird use of move, but I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll help out Bobkin.
All right.
Sure, why not? I mean,
roll your white dice or white die.
Okay.
No, I get 2.
Okay.
Yay.
There you go. Okay, so Bobkin, you are lifted bodily off the ground and onto your feet by the invisible hand of Zag. So you are no longer prone.
And then I am backing up, defensively, come on, we need to go.
Okay. So that is Bobkin. That or Zag. That was your action. Who's next, Bobkin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to
go ahead?
So you're now on your feet because of where you were before. She's between you and so you're between her and the stormtroopers. She is between you and the rest of the group. Do you want to attack her and as you retreat? Or what do you want to do?
Well, okay. So I'm between her and the troopers.
Yeah.
So I got to get past her.
You got to get past her. Yeah.
So I can attack her and retreat.
You can attack her and retreat. If you really want to move it, you should do 2 strain to move, like to run.
All right, can I activate my my parkour thing so I can go faster?
You could do that. You could absolutely do that.
Well, you could try to do that.
Well,
Yeah, but
right,
you
right.
gotta-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what that's yeah. All right, so that's the 2 white. See if it works.
Yep.
Ooh.
No.
The dark
course
side is ascendant at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So
If you want to, can he spend the white?
honestly, I wouldn't recommend it on on that.
Okay.
I think it would, and I think it just gives him a reroll.
Yeah. So then that just gives him another roll. That's not good.
Okay.
All right, so fight past her, right?
Okay. Yeah. So you basically want to if you want to run past, you got to take 2 strain to run.
I shall do so.
And then you can attack.
All right. And
So-
I still?
So 3 red, 1 purple against your lightsaber skill.
And you have a blue die.
And I
And
have
you
a blue
boost-
one.
and you have a blue die.
And is that where? Is that how I switch the green to yellow?
No, just add a blue die. Well, you
Just
can
add
do
blue
that
die.
too. You can add that. You have 1 destiny point left. We turn all to black. You can do that.
All right. So what? That turns the green to yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So
And
3
the green
3
to
yellow,
yellow.
1 blue versus 3 red, 1 purple.
All right. He lives or dies here. Let's
All
see.
right.
Yep.
Okie doke. All right. So you do not manage to get through her defenses. However, you get 2 advantages. So I'm going to say you can recover a strain off of that.
Cover strength.
Oh yeah, that's the other one you can do with those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recover a strain. Why not?
All right.
Okie doke. 1 more PC before she goes. Oh, sorry. I got to add them to the initiative too.
It's Sorbo or Xerxes.
Sarbo, do you have any way to blow up the bridge?
Oh, don't
Uh,
blow up the bridge.
No,
Why?
I was gonna try and shoot at them though,
Yeah.
because I've got auto fire on my weapon, so I can hit
Okay.
multiple targets.
Well, I will keep focusing on her then.
And Veronica,
um,
we don't want to blow up anything because it's a family we like.
That's true. We are in their
Don't
crypt.
roll
Yeah,
anything.
we're in their
Don't roll anything.
crypts.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, exactly.
They can rebuild the bridge.
I was gonna say, how the hell did she get into here? Like, I'm very irritated by the security of this thing.
It was the king.
No, it was the king seems as shocked as everybody else.
Oh, okay.
The guard left. They left.
All right, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When adding dice, what is the black diamondy looking one?
Middle.
You mean that is a despair, or no? That is a failure.
No. Using auto fire makes it more difficult. I have to add a black diamondy die. I have increased the difficulty of the attack check by black diamondy. None of the dice symbols are a black diamond. I don't know which one
it's
to
a
click
purple.
on.
It's a purple. That's what it does.
Purple die. Because the purple die on here is triangular rather than diamond shaped.
Let's just
on
make it
Oh.
RPG.
It's like D8.
Just make it.
It's a D8. Okay, that's what I didn't know if it was a black one or a purple one.
That's correct.
That's
All right.
on the yeah. Okay. So what is my difficulty to hit the pack of fools behind her?
Well, they are on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
So there it's 3 purple.
3 purple.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd make it 4 purple to go auto fire.
Mhm.
The problem is I need 2 advantage to even use auto fire.
How many dice do you have to start?
No, not enough. No.
Oh.
This is the one, like, I wish that some of the costs were a little bit different, because the chances of me getting enough successes to hit and also 2 advantage are effectively nil.
I don't. Well, at least the way I played it in the past, you don't have to add another purple. You just base it on how many advantages you get.
Oh, fair enough.
So just do 3 purple, and if you get enough advantages, you activate auto fire. It's just a matter of how well you do.
Okay, fair. In that case, I will fire at them and hope to bejeet. Well, even taking one of them out would be helpful.
Sure.
Even distracting them. Okay, so 3 purple, nothing else. I am not at short range. I assume this is not short range.
No. It's long range. That's
Yeah. Okay, fair. So it's not going to have the extra damage, which is
Mhm.
fine.
Okie doke. Did not hit them. However, you get 3 advantages. You can pass on to whoever that last PC is in the order.
Yeah, I'll on the I'm firing over their head. They have to deal with that. Like, yeah, I'll pass that advantage on to someone else.
Okay.
So I think that's Xerxes is the only
Probably-
person.
So would I
Probably
have to
Xerxes.
be shooting at them to get the advantage?
Or wait a minute. We
Oh.
should look at it. You have 3 advantages. You could make their lives more difficult.
How
That
do I
makes
make
more sense.
How do
You
I
could
make their
because
life?
they are going to go.
So
You give
that's-
them the black die.
Oh, I'd
Yeah.
love to give them the black die. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do that then. Given that I'm specifically firing to like distract and keep them off everyone else. Yeah, giving them a black die seems perfect.
Okay, doke. She is not attacking this round.
Uh-oh. She's recovering strain.
Yep.
Most likely.
Recover strain via.
Via Jedi shit.
Oh, okay.
She's got stuff.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Not as resilient
Suck it.
as you thought you were.
Second power of friendship.
So there you go. She fails to do that, and she gets.
You don't have any friends.
She gets.
Power of love is a curious thing.
She gets. That's right. So she gets 2 threats, which I'm going to say pass on to a black die to her compadres, the stormtroopers. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5. All right. Pew 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 pew. They get 0 successes, but 1 triumph. Okie
This
doke.
is the worst combination. I hate those combinations.
I hate those combinations too. I really do.
Because it means you don't use it in the combat, but you're supposed to, like, I don't know, change the scene somehow.
Yes. So the scene changes.
Yes.
The scene changes in the form of they don't make any hits, but on you. But as you are kind of focused on them, one of the blaster bolts goes past you, and you hear "Ah!" Andrew has come back to help, and he just got winged.
Yeah, walks around the corner, gets shot. What are you doing here? Get your ass. The whole point of this is that you are behind the wall.
Right. So Andrew has come back to help you, and he is now in the combat.
Well,
So yeah, but he just got shot.
well.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a minor hit. The point of their triumph is that he's in harm's way.
Yeah.
He needs to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
added to the initiative.
Yes, he needs to be added to the initiative.
Not if we can push him back around the wall. He does.
Andrew. Okay. Andrew will be represented for this as Thug Veteran. Oh wait, no, actually, I'm just. I can get him here. Hold on a second. All right, he will be added to initiative. There we go. There we are. He is in. Doke. Let me give him a place to be in the initiative. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna change his slot to a PC slot just so we don't we're not confused.
Give him, yeah.
Okay, just because that will work better. Okie doke. So there we go. All right. And so we're on a PC slot. He got winged. Who's going first?
What's
2 spots.
First, there's. So
Zarx-
it's Andro and Xerxes left.
Or Xerxes and Andro. Either way, I just added him. So
Well, they're the only people who haven't gone yet this round.
Yeah. So yeah.
in other words, Xerxes, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair.
I am going to
Get her, Ray.
Get her. That was the best. you
yeah,
could come up with.
I'm trying to think of if there's anything I could do that would be smarter than just continuing to shoot. But as you know, what's his name the Andro doesn't look like he's about to die right this minute. So
Stand in front of him and just keep firing.
yeah, I guess that I guess it's that. Just go, get behind me, arms.
All right.
Continue to fire.
All right, that is meaningful. So you can do that. So you basically put him behind you.
Okay.
It's a
I am
bodyguard
going
move.
to spend 2 strain again.
Okay.
And it's 2 red and a black on her.
2 red, and a black for you. Yes.
Okay. Okay, here we go. No. Okay. I guess I will give the advantages to Andrew, either
The advantage, yeah.
presumably for defense.
Yes. Okay. We give the advantages to Andro for his defense. Or I got it. So, well, Andro's still going to want to shoot, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's any stopping him from shooting at
Yeah,
her.
he's shooting from behind now. I mean, he gets the advantage.
Okie doke. The question is, who's he shooting at? Does he know well enough to not shoot at the
I should have boosted Bobkin on the first round. I was thinking about it, and I should have done that.
All right, he's just going to shoot at the stormtroopers. He's smart enough not to shoot at the person with the lightsaber.
She seems important. You guys kill her.
Yeah. Oh, he managed to hit somebody.
Exactly when somebody.
There we go. He downs a stormtrooper. How about that? Okie doke. 1 stormtrooper is down. We're back.
Stormtrooper falls off the bridge with a Wilhelm scream.
Ah!
Yeah.
So we're back to the top of the order. Who's going?
Lena, you should be cute and try and lower her defense.
You want to try and lower the defense?
Yes.
Okay. And so I didn't do this last time. I probably should have done this. If I am downgrading the difficulty of a charm, but it's opposed rolls, does it make it harder for her? Actually, sorry. No, it does. It's in the thing. Upgrade difficulty when targeted by charm. So I will leave it up to you if that's a hokey use of that. But if she's going to oppose charm me, can I take the strain to make it harder for her?
Make it harder for her in terms of your contest, you mean?
Oh, yeah. I guess it would have to upgrade me because she doesn't have...
Yeah. Well, you could do it. I could. Yeah, there's not really downgrading, so I would say it upgrades you.
Okay.
I think that still works mathematically, though. I mean,
Yeah.
to the extent that
Okay.
anyone,
Let's see. What would...
that anyone can understand the math of this bizarre thing. Okay.
Okay, so I take a green out and add a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll it first before I decide what I actually say to her. Okay, suck it. Try and beat that one.
Okie doke.
Ah.
I'm going to roll it first. No.
Pretty much.
I'm going to roll it first before I decide what I'm going to say to her. Okay, suck it. I just assumed that's Lena.
That's the story.
So, what in the world are you saying that actually that is plus a triumph? My goodness,
The
a triumph.
speech from the original Care Bears movie at the very end. Everyone else is trapped in little crystals that I had to see when I was like 6 years old. That was terrifying to me.
Traumatizing. Oh, I needed to take strain. I don't even know what would appeal to her. I know this is something with your force stuff, and there's a lot of sides to these things, but you have to remember these are law-abiding citizens, and you're in a friggin' crypt, lady.
I think everybody just goes, "What?"
Hey,
stormtroopers
it stops
go,
her for the
Everybody
second.
thinks maybe they're being improper. Like, are we being like? Is this rude? Are we being rude?
I'm just gonna say that you actually are so loud saying this that it echoes throughout the entire chamber,
You're in friggin'
and it actually distracts everyone. And the triumph comes in the form of some sort of strange native winged cave creatures, some sort of lizard bats are stirred up by your startled by your shouting and start to and enter the fray in terms of they're flying outside of the cave, and they are any kind of ranged attack from the stormtroopers is gonna take black dice in the pot in that.
So I only have one rank in it, so and it does drop her defenses for the full encounter.
Okay,
So her
so-
defenses are dropped by 1, whatever that
Defenses
actually
are dropped
means.
by 1, so that takes away the one black die from anything that she
Okay.
tries. And the stormtroopers have black dice on their attacks.
You've somehow stripped her armor off with invective curses. And
Like, she's not being mean to me, but I do now I'm a little concerned. I'm being uncouth.
Yeah, well, we say it's like your armor doesn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't even cover your stomach. That doesn't make any sense.
the city is
Come
flying.
in here.
And then every
I
guy
have a bow and
That-
arrow.
That-
Nothing makes any
nothing makes
sense.
sense. And then everyone who has a weapon hears her stomach doesn't cover her armor. Or her armor doesn't cover her stomach.
What was I? Yeah. Sounds like a-
Wait a
I want
minute.
to shoot at her stomach next.
Yes, exactly. So that's taken into account at this point. Who's next in the PC order?
I'll go next and try and shoot her.
Okay, so you try and shoot her with your special pistol.
Yeah. It's 2 reds and a 2 reds now.
Just 2 reds, no black.
Yeah.
Lane is taking care of that.
And it is accurate. So
Yep.
yeah.
One success, 4
4
advantages. All right. What does that there pistol do for damage, my friend?
Okay, so for 1, it has Pierce 2.
Right, which means she only gets 3 armor.
Okay, I apologize.
soak.
The
It's
numbers.
I believe I know. It's 8 damage.
It's 9 then.
So it's 9 total.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's 8 initially plus 1 because it's superior.
And you were stunning, correct?
Yes.
Guess what?
She just passed out.
You kind of you hit her with a big stun bolt, and she kind of flies backwards all akimbo, and just kind of skids on the the surface of the bridge, and she's out. She's just kind of shaking her head, just kind of desperately trying to clear it. Who's next?
I too will shoot the body. Oh wait.
This is sort of like, cool, we take it off stun now, right?
Yeah. Oh, she stopped moving. It's way easier now. No.
Someone should kill her.
No,
No,
that's not the Jedi way.
It's a Sith.
That's not how that works.
Still not how that works.
Although points for effort.
Kill the enemy. All right.
I
so-
will go. I will.
Okay,
I will
sorry.
spin around Andrew so that I'm between him and stormtroopers,
Okay.
and take shots at them.
Okay. Take shots at stormtroopers. Go for it, sir.
Okay. Any black dice on them?
No, because
How many purples?
It is 3 purple because of where they are on
Okay.
the other edge of the bridge.
Okay. Finally.
This is 2 threats. So I'm going to say that you take a couple of strain from all this moving around, worrying about Andro. So take 2 strain.
Okay.
But you successfully hit a stormtrooper. That is with your heavy blaster pistol or your blaster pistol.
Yes, with
Regular
the blaster pistol.
Okay, so that's 8. So let's see. There's 5. So it's 1, 2, 3.
And yes, I will carry the rifle in the future, but
Okay.
it seemed inappropriate today.
Well, there is no future, but there.
Sure.
But in yes, understood. So that is you. Who goes next?
Stormo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Ironically, I wish that Lena hadn't gone yet, because it would be really nice if someone who had actual social skill could encourage those nice men in the white uniforms to grab her body and drag her away. Get out of here.
Well, they are on the opposite side of us from her.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I would.
Yeah.
Yes, and if they stop shooting, I would love for them to take this Sith away, or
Yeah.
this dark side user away. As it stands, she's out of combat. I guess I'm still trying to they still look like they're involved in trying to actively hinder
Oh
us.
yes, they're
Okay.
they're stormtroopers. They don't.
I didn't know if they were going to be like, oh, the boss is down. We should
How
probably
smart
do
are
something
these
about that.
stormtroopers?
Okay, fair. What is my difficulty for stormtroopering? Is it 3?
Let me see. It is 3. It is 3. Unless anybody had any advantages to. Oh yeah, somebody did have advantages to pass you. Zag did.
Well, does he have to? Is it 3 for him? With his guns are made for long range, right?
No, I don't think so. You don't have a scope
Okay.
or anything.
No, it's a heavy blaster. Hang on, not heavy blaster. It is a rifle.
Yeah.
It almost certainly has long range. Allow me to look it up.
It,
and find out.
no,
Oh.
it has long range, but you don't get to make it better because you don't have a scope on it.
Well, I didn't mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
It's
not
still
trying
3
to make
dice.
it better.
Yeah.
So are any of those 3 dice a penalty for firing beyond your range?
No.
Okay, that's what I was. Yeah, that's the only thing I was curious about.
No.
Okay,
all right.
I did have 4 advantages that I didn't do anything with.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So why don't you
Yeah.
pass blue dice onto?
How many blue dice do I get for that?
It's only 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. 1 blue die. Happy to have it. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
3 successes.
I will plug away at them.
Okie doke, and that is 7 plus
Workaday
3 is
fire.
10. So 1, 2.
Yes.
Okie doke. Another stormtrooper goes down. Alrighty.
Good. Good.
It's now the stormtrooper's turn. They fire back amidst all of the bat things that are in the way. They're having not the best day.
They go
Perhaps
before
you
I do?
should leave.
Yes.
They do.
They
Okay.
And
were
they
next
completely don't hit anything.
Only stormtroopers are this accurate.
Yes, that's right.
And now it could be Xerxes.
Yes, and so now it can be Xerxes or I think that it could be
Andros.
Xerxes or wait, yeah. Wait.
Xerxes already went this round.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's Andros or Bobkin.
yeah, Andros or Bobkin. Yeah,
And
And that's the point where Bobkin reverses grip on the lightsaber and just stabs it down into the.
I don't
It
see why
comes
that's
out the
bad.
bottom of the bridge.
I don't see why that's bad.
It is because it's killing a defenseless enemy,
Yeah.
which is not the Jedi way. But I'm
Take
not saying
the first.
I'm not
Disappointed look.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying if you do it, it'll be a shit ton of conflict
Mhm.
for future
All right.
reference. And if you want to pick up this character again, we will deal with that in the next
Yeah.
campaign.
The Jedi way is leaving your best friend to burn alive rather than killing.
But
him.
he was alive.
Leave your-
That's the
He was
Jedi
alive.
way.
Leave your friends
Yeah.
to die.
Yes.
And don't kill your enemies.
The Jedi has
That's right.
the Jedi has a clear clause to say maiming
Yeah.
is okay.
No, it's Batman. It's Batman. You don't kill people. You just beat them unconscious and give them like maim injuries and like permanent brain damage from a number of times.
Yeah.
they've
Mike,
been
how about
concussed.
this?
Okay,
Riddle
what?
me this.
Okay.
It's okay to take a limb.
All right, wait. Let's
The
hear. Let's hear.
riddling me this is dark side.
Bobkin, what do you want to do?
How far away are the stormtroopers?
They are for you at medium range. You
With
could
the saber or with the gun?
with the saber. Well, no, pardon me.
With the gun.
They're medium range with the gun. You could force leap over to them right now.
Yeah. And how many are there?
They're 4 now.
3 left? I thought we already took out 2. We just took out 1? Okay, fair enough.
There's,
Oh.
there's by my count, there's-
Jump into 4 though. I could get killed.
Yes,
you could,
very much so.
but then
Do it.
again, your lightsaber is really good.
Do it.
You know, Zag. This would be a perfect time for you to steal her lightsaber.
Yeah.
I
let's
was
see.
just about to, and I was going to start spinning it
Sorry,
towards them.
sorry,
That's okay.
sorry.
That's why I was hoping he wasn't going to jump into everything.
Yeah.
All right. So, but anyway, Bobkin, you want to roll your force dice to jump into them?
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Force
Nicely
leap.
done.
Nyam, right into him. Please take a strain
Lightsaber.
and roll your lightsaber. For them, because they are just stormtroopers, just roll 2 purple.
2 purple. Boom. Boom. I got nothing else. Okay.
That's it. Okay, 0 successes, 1 threat, 1 triumph. Now, the deal is 1 triumph. Just these are mooks. They're stormtroopers. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there you go. You managed to kill 1, even though you technically got nothing. They also you take a strain because you took that threat. So that's them. So you do immediately leap in and just knock one, just slice one in half.
Beauty.
Who's going?
Morale
last
check.
again?
It's the king. Or
The king.
Andro.
You don't say emperor. Don't say the emperor.
Yeah, not the Emperor.
Sorry, yeah, wrong person.
The Emperor is here now.
I
It's
throw
a
myself
little
off
bit.
the bridge immediately.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Let me see if I can get out of range before the lightning starts.
Yeah. Okie doke. So it's Andrew. Oh wait, I have a weapon for him. Doke. Long. Dice. Dice. There we go. Fire! 2 successes, 2 threats. Okie doke. So I'm just going to record his strain since I don't have it listed here. That is fine. However, with 1 success on that is a very palpable hit. There we go. On some stormtroopers, which is good. Alrighty. So we're now down to 2 stormtroopers, and I'm going to roll a quick check with them. Yeah, okay. They're retreating this round, clearly. They're like, no.
No, thank you.
All right, so they're retreating. Do you want to pursue the stormtroopers, or are you going to let them go?
I'm letting them go.
Yeah.
But that's more because I want to run up, grab her lightsaber, and ask anybody for a grenade.
Okay. All right, you roll up, grab her lightsaber successfully.
She's unconscious, right?
She is unconscious. She will. That's an excellent point. That I will. She is starting to try to rouse. So this turn, she's going to try to get up.
Oh, I'll shoot her again.
Okay. So you shoot her again, and you just put her out. She's now out,
Yeah.
out for the count. She's not getting up anytime soon. You stun her.
She's
again.
got the whole. Yeah.
Okay, she's down. She's not going anywhere. We are effectively out of that combat at this point. So, the nobles have proceeded through the back entrance.
Good. Wise nobles.
They are out. The rest of you can leave with them if you wish. I assume you.
What do you do with her? She's still there. She's still alive.
What
Yeah,
do
we
you
really
do?
need to,
What are you going to do with her?
restrain her.
Yeah, truss her up, throw her in prison.
Yep.
You know, and we'll have to figure out how to control a force user. But you know,
We will
she
not.
tried to it.
Andrew will.
Yes.
Well, Andrew will, but I mean,
Okey-doke.
I'm.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I think she's being taken into custody.
all right.
Also, really quick cursory search for datapad, any sort of information on her on, like, they got here suspiciously quickly. I would like to know if there were communications that are still, like, if there's a big note that says, okay, guards, time to leave, I'm at the entrance, that would be nice to know.
It hasn't been as quick as you think it may have been.
Oh, okay, fair.
She's
I just wanted to look for
Oh,
like
but
any
he still would be like, who tipped them off?
Yeah. She definitely does have
The
some
Bob Kim would have
communications
to
with
be
her
like-
too, but she's been looking for us for a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, like, is there any sort of communication or conspiracy between
She
her
has
and the
she has a wrist gauntlet that has a computer and a comm link in it. You can
Cool.
remove that along with the rest of her armor.
Sounds great.
And
Yeah, so that'll be a thing to do while she's being in custody.
Xerxes, I assume that you have something that can keep her out cold.
Yeah, keep her sedated. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's
Hey,
that,
I'm
or
not
we
force
just, like,
user. I'm
Well,
not Jedi.
it's either that or just like every 5 minutes, like Sorbo's little, like, wrist timer goes off and he just goes over and shoots her in the head again with a stun rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Question about like dark side users. Do they like hide that they use the force? Like obviously she works for the Emperor, but like is like if we took her helmet off, like is she not going to be happy that we know who she is?
What you can see when she will probably not be entirely pleased that you took her helmet off. But I mean, it's not. It
might be because Sorbo keeps shooting her in the head.
You see her. You take the helmet off. She is a Miralan, which is a species that they have sort of pale green to gray skin. They tend to have face tattoos. You don't recognize. I mean, the only person who might even have a chance to recognize her would be Bobkin, and you wouldn't know her. But yeah, she seems to be maybe in her early 30s, mid 20s. Generally speaking. She has a number of very nasty scars around her scalp, and is missing part of one ear.
That's fun.
And her eyes are kind of sunken in red, but that kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah.
The wrist gauntlet with the computer. Bobkin, would you like to roll some computer stuff?
Sure. Computer stuff. All right, what's the difficulty?
It would be 3 purple.
3 purple.
Yes.
Boom.
Okey
Not good.
doke. Not good. So while you're trying to hack into it, you trip something and a little dee-dee-dee goes off.
Yep.
Clap an alarm.
What do you do once that happens?
Smash it.
Smash it. Okay, so
With a hammer.
you smash the wrist gauntlet. Smash, smash, smash. You were not getting any information out of that.
We weren't anyway.
Okay.
Definitely not now.
All right, so the transport is heading back to the capital, back to the royal palace. And as you get closer, you hear Andros say, "Oh my God."
What's in orbit? Oh, shit.
Man, I was all
Get
excited that we
away!
beat that one mean lady.
Yeah, me too. We're not going to win this. I think we have to run away.
Can we?
The
Is that a whole fleet?
the king turns to Andro and all of you and says, "If you can get him and them off planet, I can stall for you."
Oh.
Let's go.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we can't. Yeah.
Pretty sure they are worse for you here than
Yeah. All right.
this is now a political matter, and we will be seeing ourselves out.
Indeed. I thank you. And he especially looks to you, Lane, and says, "I thank you for everything that you did. I thank you for everything that you did to save our lives."
Yeah, sorry about the knocked out Emperor or Empire Enforcer. That's going to be some explaining. Just told them that she interrupted a funeral. Like proper etiquette.
I'll tell them what I can. Once you get into the hangar bay, I assume you all want to head straight for the Lost Legacy.
Be nice.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
too different.
Okay.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Andrew is coming, right?
Oh, Andrew's coming. Andrew's
Okay,
coming, and
good.
the nobles are coming. 'Cause
Okay,
As far as they're
Oh.
concerned, they're all. As far as the Empire is concerned, they are all suspect.
sure.
The king's gonna maybe
No, he's
talk himself
sacrificing
out of
himself.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Noble sacrifice.
Okay, so to the hangar bay you go, and you can hear the sound of landing craft as you rush everybody onto the ship and get the ship prepped for takeoff. Lena, I need you to make a piloting roll.
Oh my god, I forgot I was driving. Difficulty.
Difficulty
Is Armada.
difficulty is 2 purple but 2 black.
And it's planetary.
It's planetary in this case, yeah, because you're trying to get into orbit without being. You're in that atmosphere trying to get out of atmosphere. So yes.
Lena gets on the ship, sits in one of the passenger seats, looks up. Oh, right. Gets out of the seat.
Crap me.
Yeah.
Walk
I'm
around
sorry,
to the
what was
other
the
door.
difficulty?
It is 2 purple but 2 black as well. Okie doke.
Ooh.
Oh, I should drive.
This is 1
Yeah.
threat.
Sorry.
1 triumph. Oh, I've got it.
Uh-oh.
So you're pulling out. This is sort of touching the boundary of planetary and space, but that's okay. Before
My
you take
my space piloting is the same. So
yes. As you're taking off, you're told you get a transmission from King Robert that says, "I've stalled for you. They'll allow you to take off, but I can't promise that they won't ask to inspect the ship. If it happens, you've just got to run." When you get up there indeed is a blockade. However, let me cue this up. As you're coming up on the blockade, you hear through the comms a very particular sound. And
Did the Empire bring a Wookiee?
no, remember Grishil? Remember Grishil the Wookiee?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pirates, yeah.
The pirates have come in.
I mean, good for us, but sucks for
And so the translation comes through to say, well, don't just stand there, punch it. So Grishil the Wookiee gets you past the blockade. The pirates form up behind you, and you guys take off for hyperspace.
what was the name of the drink that we got when we first met Grishil?
I believe it was a flame out.
Okay. The response is gonna be basically I owe you a drink.
Yes, and he's like, no more of that other drink. Let's get something different.
I owe you a drink. Something good this time. Wait a second, it wasn't good. But we're too hard.
And with that, you escape to hyperspace. You are free of the occupation of Chandar, but of course, Andro and the nobles are now on the run and wanted. You might even say that they're rebels.
I mean,
Womp womp.
let's be honest. They were wanted the moment people pulled up into orbit.
Yes.
The running was not what has made them persons of interest.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And so that is the conclusion of the events of the attempted return of Andro Kron to the good graces of the Cronies Mandate and the burial and last resting place of Lancelin Kron. And there we are. What do you expect shall occur with these characters after this? This is the post credits like Animal House, like what happened to them.
I have a good hunch that Zag is going to keep practicing with Bobkin, but he's going to dedicate himself to Andro. He is going to be personal bodyguard and left hand, if possible, kind of be his spy.
A possibility.
I think that's where Zag would kind of go with that.
Well, one thing that I wanted to do with Bobkin was to find somebody to complete his training. So that would be what he would do. I'm sure there's rumors that with the rebel forces, there are some people. So seek them out.
So seeking out you will seek out a mentor, Bobkin, and Zag. You will go where Bobkin goes and kind of be his eyes and ears. Very fair.
Yeah.
What will happen to Xerxes now?
I think Xerxes will probably. I mean, given that there are plenty of bodyguards around and stuff these days, I think Xerxes kind of senses more of a need for medical knowledge, and he kind of settled down to be less of a field medic and more of an actual doctor.
So actually, open up a nice country practice somewhere.
No. I think he sticks with Prince Andrew, but but
so
as
stick with
as a physician,
as his, I am
more
Andrew's
than-
physician.
Yeah, more
he picks
than,
up his gun.
well, and also, there's going to be everybody else, all the people around are going to need a physician more than they just need another gun.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
So Andra's physician.
Yeah.
Is Xarxes' fate. Sorbo and or Lena. Since you tend to operate as a pair.
I
thought
mean,
I'd
we're
do-
definitely keeping the team together.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're never taking a job with Four Caesars again.
No, it's terrible. No, but like, I think it's a Lena question first, to be honest.
Okay,
I'm
so
very
you
much the
have to
like
agree to
pick
this.
up the pieces half of our team.
Because Lena needs to go home first. She wants to go home.
Okay.
Servo can come with her.
I've got nothing going on, and your home seems very far from the heart of the Empire.
This is true. Also, that thing that like people that are like 6'6" that always hit their heads up, yeah, really bad the whole
Oh,
time
no.
you're there.
He's what? You're literally what, like 2.5 feet tall at most?
I think I'm less than 2 meters tall,
Yeah.
or less than a meter tall.
That's the tall.
Yeah. So he's not hitting his head. He's crawling on hands and knees.
Yeah, that's true.
We're definitely Yoda's hut level.
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point. You're sitting cross-legged and bumping your head.
Where are we in the timeline?
You are where we leave you off is approximately 10 years before A New Hope. So before the Battle of Yavin, about 10 years out.
Wow, 10 years.
So when Lena gets home to Alina, like everybody's really excited and they're all like running around. They come up the ship and like she gets out and like is hugging people. Servo walks out and they're all like, "Huh." You just like see like wheels turning. Like what? How?
What? How?
There's
where?
this, and then like into that delayed drop, into that like moment of pause. I think Sorbo's first introduction to your family, extended family, and friends is going to be, no, I've already like the jungle gym is open. Lena and I have done this more than once. Like sort of be like everyone's doing the like, can I climb that thing, or
Yeah.
is that thing dangerous? It's like, no, I'm the furniture. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You're gonna get swarmed by Alina.
I figured. Yeah.
Now you're part of the family. They're excited to see you too. Never seen you before, but
Yeah.
thanks forever.
I would argue that Lena and Sorbo get are given by Andra are given the grasshoppers. So that's probably your ship
yeah.
now.
Sweet. Oh, that was the goal. We needed a new ship.
So you got a ship out of the deal. So the two of you go off to get your ship, and that is where it shall be. That is where we shall leave it.
Excellent.
So for who knows what shall happen in the future with these or other characters related or some of them, but that is the end of this particular limited campaign, and
Good stuff.
I hope we had a good time. And
Yes, thank you.
Thank you all for joining our group of players. And with that, I will ask everyone who's watching, take care and see you again in the future.